All right. So
What's
what's
up,
going on?
everybody?
What's good, y'all?
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? Daughter, y'all, got daughter, y'all, you know what I'm saying, with me again. Appreciate it. She
yes,
about
I'm
to
excited to be here.
we about to put it. We about to put it down, man. We gotta, what I'm saying, just ask some questions into all this, man. To what's going on, to how they are they really coming for the babies, man? You know what I'm saying? Because even a little bit before this, man, there's a lot of there was a lot of propaganda techniques and tactics and stuff like that to target the kids, and now we're seeing it in
Yep.
different kind of ways. I see, like with this jab, that's one, that's the main thing I'm talking about. But then
Hmm.
other this little Nas Hex and all these people, the coercing, the what I'm saying, indoctrination, the conditioning into these kids. That's exactly what I've been seeing. Um, and the thing is, I don't think a lot of adults really. I don't know, man. I mean, that's why I say the kids really, people really care about the kids, man. Because the thing is, you have adults. You know what I'm saying? Full sound mind and body adults. With the kids in the car bumping some. You know what I'm saying? Some nefarious type music, man. It's just like, and men
Hmm.
rappers or female rappers, it don't matter. Any kind of, and that's the thing. No oldies, no jazz, no stuff that to enlighten the kids' minds. You see what I'm saying? No, because um a child or young adult doesn't really develop until they're 25, 26 years old. After 25 years old, so you know that is that time frame is very valuable, man. It's very valuable, and it's very you know what I'm saying, is we got to hold it sacred, man, because we got to teach in that window of time. We got to teach the kids the most that we can teach them, and the most inspirational, enlightening things to teach these kids, you know um and that's what we're not doing, from not even just this generation, but for a while. It's been like this for a little minute. And, us as black people, I think a big problem with this is us being so entertaining and so entertainment minded people. And that's the thing, and being so comfortable and complacent in the place we're at now. So you got those factors that play a part in this. You see what I'm saying? And you also have the fact too that you got people in groups that sell us out, that are supposedly look like me and you, but they sold us out. You got to look at it like this: any kind of fraternal order, any kind of secret society, or any kind of people like that are going to hold us back. For example, like people like the Boule, they're going to hold us back. What's going on? What's going on? Doc Boss, they're going to hold us back for sure. And see, the thing is, when you have black people in these fraternities, they have a brotherhood with each other. They don't have a black. I mean, excuse me, they don't have a brotherhood with the so-called rest of the black society or black community. I mean, there is no black community, but damn, that's just echoing. So it's like, what's going on with that? You see what I'm saying? That's a lot of things. A lot of those factors that I just named play a big part into this. You see what I'm saying? And this just didn't happen overnight. I think, and I start to see with this society and this government, they slowly but surely put stuff on you and condition you into things. And a lot of predictive programming going on too. What do you think about that, daughter? Are you sure? You know what I'm saying? Just to follow up with what I
You
was just.
know, I'm still stuck on one thing that you said that kind of really hit me when you said it, and that's the fact of like the music. It was real quick that you said that, but like we grew up, and I think sometimes we take for granted our upbringing, but we're really seeing a difference now because it's little things like the music, right? I remember riding, like when my dad would pick me up from school and he played the old school music. I got to know
Mhm.
who Miles Davis was. I
Right.
got to know about blues and jazz and all of that. And whether that was just, my parents sitting down with me and letting me watch Roots and explaining certain things. Like I remember the first time I said to my dad, like, about Christianity and they didn't give, like they gave us that religion. And I remember my dad saying to me, "You really don't know anything. Have you watched it? Do you know anything about Africa? Do you know that we knew God before that?" Like, I think parenting and all those types of things, like I had, you know what I'm saying? And I think that what we're seeing now, I had a grandmother, even though I'll say this, even though I didn't have grandparents for very long, because
mm, mm,
oftentimes in our society and amongst our people, we don't always live a healthy lifestyle, or sometimes we have more stress than we would like to. Like, I know
mm.
our generations that came before us, they were stressed the hell out, and they worked their fingers to the bone a lot of times, so they died early. But during the time that I was blessed enough to have my grandparents, I remember I learned a lot of things. You got to understand, I'm from Georgia, so kind of country, but I learned a whole lot. Whether that was how to make soap, or whether that was how to, survive with no medicine. Like, they didn't have that type of stuff. But I think about all, my mind was just turning after you said something as simple as music, because it just got my wheels turning to think about all the things I've been blessed with from, and all of us have been, from our generation, because we had parenting. It was a different time. Even if you had parents that were suffering during the crack epidemic, it still was a different time, where it was, you could have survived, because it was more so like it takes a village to raise a child. At this point, nobody cares about your child, and it's like the own parents don't care about the kids. So it's like, what's really going on,
Mm.
so, and I hate to see it, but I had to think about what was said the other night on the live stream when you made that comment, like, who cares about the kids. I really had to take a step back from that, Frank, and say, wait a second, let me really look at this. And when I did, it's like, no, you're right. You made some really valid points. Like, yeah, we're in tumultuous times. We're in tumultuous times. We're in hard times, and it's
Good.
only gonna get worse. What's up, King BJ?
BJ, what up, man?
I'm doing all right. How
Tapping
you
in,
doing?
tapping in, tapping in. Yeah, man.
I
Yeah,
was
Yeah.
starting off kind of deep there. I'm sorry.
Speaking of that, we talk about what
I
I
don't know
said
where
on
you
your show.
started off in though. What were you talking about? Or did I miss something?
Well, Frank had just, opened up and introduced the topic for tonight. And I was just saying, there was one thing that he said. I mean, we're kind of even piggybacking off of our conversation that we had on your channel the other night, where it came up, you know, about this new generation, and how there's not much leadership. The parenting skills are not there. Like how a lot of us more than likely experience, it takes a village to raise a child. This generation doesn't have that, like, and I was just basically saying, like, he made a comment about, like, music. We know music is powerful. And when he said that, all I could think about was, it was a different time. I remember my dad playing the records and being open to, so many historical greats. I mean, I don't even care if it was like the OJs, or Miles Davis, or all this music that, were revolutionary people. You know what I mean? That we had, that we could look up to. This generation doesn't have that. They just don't. And like, and I was just saying, even though I had my grandparents for a short period of time in my life, I had them, and they were there to teach me certain things. But in this generation, I don't even believe these kids have that. And what I'm really feeling in my heart too, it's time for our generation. I believe we're the last strongest generation in existence that were taught. I
I
feel
agree.
like it's time for us to step up, because it's like, who's going to lead, or lead this generation. That's what I was saying,
Mm,
just to catch you up.
mm. Whew.
I know I said a lot, but
And we are the last generation, man. That's real, man. I was talking some cat I used to chill with about that back in a little whiles ago. We are the last, man. It's just like, because the feminism, I mean, the feminist type little boys are pushing to the I'm not even gonna say masculine. I ain't gonna talk about. I'm talking about the low key, um, like, you see what I'm saying, like the little gay women too. That's what I'm talking about. So it's a role reversal that we got going on. You got the you know what I'm saying, you got the boys that are more feminine, you got the women that are more masculine. And I'm talking about a big time role reversal that they did that on purpose. They've been doing this, they've been perpetuating this. This is not, it's not, you know what I'm saying, it's not it's by design, it's not new. You see what I'm
it's
saying?
strategic.
And the thing is, it's like I mean, they've been researching all this and doing all this for a while with this, and now you got your Silly Porters, and you got a little Nas Hex and people like that, really trying to push the envelope for this, and then on
Did you
certain
say silly Porter?
other other front.
Sorry.
And then you got they pushing the they even pushing the just they're just dumbing down the kids too, and other forms too. It's just a group think, like I was saying yesterday on the show, a group think type premise. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, I agree. We gotta really step in and do our part. And see, the thing is, that's what I'm kind of wishing I had kids to really like have, what I'm saying, to really instill that into them. But I got nieces and nephews. Some of them are grown, some of them aren't. So I still have the chance
Yeah.
to instill this in them. You see what I'm saying? That's why I be wanting them to tap in on my shows and stuff like that. Sometimes they do. So
Yeah.
but I mean, I agree. I agree, man. And on so many different fronts, they're attacking these kids, man. It's a group think effort. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's a sad thing, but people are sitting by, and just. But and then on another front, it's the music. They're attacking the kids with the music. People are
Yeah.
looking at Kanye kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? But Kanye was right what he was saying on Drink Champs. That you see what I'm saying? These those the music and the vibrations and stuff on a certain kind of level could definitely change your frequency, can change the frequency of a person, because we're electric beings. We're made of all types of different particles and stuff like that too, copper and all types of things. So music will definitely affect your moods, and it definitely affect you know what I'm saying, how you are, from the low bass tones and the low vibrational frequencies and stuff like that. So I agree with Kanye on that point. But and even in that frame, so that we talk about the Astro World or whatever, the Travis Scott thing, that right there
Hmm.
alone lets you know that they're targeting kids. Because how the hell are 14-year-olds and 11-year-old kids even at that concert? I didn't know that you could go to concerts underage. You see what I'm saying? Especially
9 year
like
old, you
that,
mean?
you know, especially concerts like that. So yeah, that right there just shows that they don't care about the kids. They're coming for the kids in the music, everything. You see what I'm saying? Look at who's rapping, right? On the men's side and the women's side. You got
Hmm.
some dude named Spot 'em Got 'em, some dude from, what I'm saying, from dude from Florida, right? That what that name's supposed to mean. Like I spotted him, I got him, like I'm gonna get him. You see them, I shot him. So the thing is, and you got Megan Thee Stallion, Carly B, you got people like that on the male front, and on the female front, we're just doomed. You see what I'm saying? Unless we, like you said, we step in, man, because I mean, this is one way right here to try to balance it out too. And y'all see that they got rid of the Cosby Show, so that right there, what I'm saying, messed up the
Let me
that
play
messed up.
something for y'all. I'm
So
gonna play
again,
something for y'all off my tablet.
word.
Let me, yeah, because I'm gonna play this. I could just send, or you put it on the screen, but I'll play the first one, and then you other one,
Oh yeah, for sure.
load up.
But yeah, man, there's no balance right now. There's nothing to neutralize. It's just negativity on our front. That's it.
And I just wanted to say, you brought up real quick Little Nas X and Billy Porter and how they were on Sesame Street. I just wanted to clarify that for the
I'm gonna
audience
show a
too,
clip of that later. Yeah.
because
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, because they were on Sesame Street.
Got it.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm
Go
gonna
for it,
play
man.
this for you.
Yeah,
You
go for
hear
it.
it?
Hmm.
Good evening, Chef. Great to see you. We're not there quite yet. 10,000 of our fellow citizens, Chef, week over week, well into these coming winter months, are going to still die, we suspect, based on forecasts from the University of Washington, from this virus. So how we define the end of this pandemic probably is going to be in terms of daily and weekly death tolls. We're not there yet. I suspect all your viewers out there, end of March of 2022, once we're past cold and flu season, once hopefully we're past the worst of COVID, that's truly the light at the end of the tunnel.
You know, some school districts are starting to roll back the mask requirements. Medically, is that the right move?
I think it's too early to start rolling it back at this moment, and yet we need an off-ramp away from masks. That's what people are craving, normalcy. So we need a science-based way to think about that. When you look dispassionately at the data, Chet, here's what it says. It clearly shows that if you're otherwise without serious medical conditions, less than 65, and you get a breakthrough illness, if you're that rare individual, it's not a big deal. You might have mild symptoms at worst. There's interesting data that's suggesting out of the Netherlands that even if you do test positive, your risk of transmission, say to an unvaccinated child at home, is also extremely low. So that's what normalcy looks like, getting more of us vaccinated. So vaccine breakthrough illness is not a big deal. That's what endemicity looks like. We're headed there. We're not quite there yet.
You know, we have researchers watching the data every place around the country every day, and what they're seeing in California is a bit concerning. When you see what's happening there, what's your take about all the rest of us?
You know, this is what I'll say, Chef. I mean, there are spots where cases are climbing, and yet there is no specific spot here where hospitals are overwhelmed at this moment. I will say 10,000 weekly deaths week over week across the country. We're still very much in this pandemic for the next 3 to 4 months. So that's why we still need to remain vigilant, get the unvaccinated vaccinated. And yet, Chef, to your point earlier, for us as public health officials, as messengers, to remain credible with the American people, we need to be clear about what an off-ramp looks like. When can we start really donning off masks? When can we really regain normalcy truly? In my view, that's probably end of March of 2022. But if we're going to say we're going to lead with science, we need to start providing that off-ramp now so people feel like they can trust us.
Yeah. You know, one more thing. In the Deep South, vaccination numbers are low. We all know that. There's a different way of handling it down there. You know, different people handle this different ways. But down south, it's going to be cold in another month or so, and people are going to be indoors. Vaccination rates are low. How worried about you or about Mississippi, Louisiana, and some others?
Extremely worried, Chef. I mean, 80% of the deaths that I keep citing that we're going to accrue over the next 4 months will be happening in states like Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, states that have counties where full vaccination rates are less than 50%. So those are going to be the states that are going to get hard hit yet again. They got hard hit in July, August. It's going to happen again in December, January, February.
Talk to your doctor. Do what's right. Dr. Gupta, thank you.
What do you think, man?
It would be impossible to stream everything on a bundle.
What do you think?
Man, you know that's a bunch of bullshit. Okay, check this out, man. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, right. Okay, so so in a pandemic, you can never predict. That's why it's a pandemic. You can never predict when it's over, right? So that's bullshit right there. For two, why is it over 2 months? Why is he predicting 2 months after Biden just put that little the January deadline shit out there for 3? You see what I'm saying? Come on, dude. You know what I'm saying? For 3, the thing is, how do you know? Okay, so why is the vaccine, whatever the fuck, cases in down south so low? You know what I'm saying? Down south got food deserts, and motherfuckers down south eat fucked up too. So why are the cases down south low? You feel what I'm saying? Oh, because there's not that many major big cities and dense populations down south. I get it. It's all fucking bullshit, dude. It's all bullshit. It's all games, right? You see what I'm saying? Now, what it is too, they know that there's a lot of conservative Republic voters and shit, and a lot of people that, you know what I'm saying. So they're linking the conservative Republicans and some people like that vote like that with the unjabbed. That's why he said there's a big number of unjabbed in down south. These motherfuckers are not slick and shit. They're not fucking slick. And where's the data? And where's the data?
Check this out, dude. Check this out, dude.
Where's the data though?
Where's 80%? I want you to hear this. Where's the 80? They're saying 80%. How you know 80% of the deaths gonna be down south? How you know that?
I know.
Like, would you got some map or something? What's going on here?
And what is the off ramp? So they're making new terms as they go along and new words. Just like it's not coronavirus no more. That's just done. Just like it's not 6 feet fucking social distance, and that's done. You see what I'm saying? Just like this jab was supposed to actually protect you from getting the shit at all. That's done. You know what I'm saying? So now we got some shit called an off ramp. I thought that was some shit that you get off the freeway on. I don't know. So I don't know what's going on, man.
Play
uh,
that,
you
play that interview. Play that interview with Fauci. I sent you today.
well, before you do that, I want to respond to
Right.
the video
Oh
because
yeah,
you
yeah,
both
yeah,
did.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I just wanted to say that one thing that really stands out to me is it's only been like a week that they've started this vaccinating kids, and they're already at 900K, so they're almost at a million kids vaccinated in a week. I
I don't
think
believe that
that
neither.
I don't
I
believe
don't
that.
believe
I
that
just
neither.
want to, yeah, I just want to put, and yeah, that's what I was going to say. Neither one of you pointed that out, and that's the number one headline. That to me is a red flag. That you're playing a numbers game, and I can see straight through it. A million kids have not gotten vaccinated in the past. Actually, it wouldn't even be a week. It'd be like 4 days in the past 4 days because they just approved it. It hadn't even been a
mm,
week.
mm,
So I don't believe that. That's the first thing. Second, so you haven't even gotten a handle on this pandemic and you're already talking about removing masks for children in schools. Why? Does that even make sense? It's like so many of the facts they're trying to push out, it doesn't make sense. It's like they're tripping on their own feet with their lies now. It's, and
mm,
that's just crazy to me. And another thing that I thought about too, are the numbers really low in the South because there's less populated areas? Or is it low in the South because there's less amount of towers or less amount of frequency that you're pushing out, the 5G
mm,
you're pushing out? It has nothing to do with the people. It has everything to do with this is 5G. I believe that's what it is because when you look up this, yeah, I had to think about that too. Is it airborne? Is it 5G? What is it? But really,
mm.
I'm believing more so and leaning towards a 5G. Have you all also been paying attention to the fact that they keep holding off totally switching over to 5G? The new excuse that they're giving right now, and we could probably look that up later, but the new excuse that they're giving is that it's going to affect aircraft. But what I
Mm.
believe is that there's going to be another big wave of deaths. There's going to be another big wave of deaths. Because the same symptoms to 5G is the same as COVID. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say with that.
Damn, dude.
Well,
Wow.
let me play that interview with Fauci because I want you to see what the little lion leprechaun gonna say.
Is this with Ron Paul? Is that
No.
okay?
He came on today. Came on today.
Okay. 'Cause I can't stand him anymore.
Hold on, let me
It's
send.
a little li- Oh, by the way, there was. Let me say something, Frank. There was a U.S. Capitol rioter. They called, but he was a. They gave him 41 months. But guess what?
Hmm.
His brother was a former Secret Service agent for Michelle Obama, or still is, possibly.
Yep,
that
I saw that.
was in the end of the article. You had to go there and dig for it. So I
Mm.
told you that was an FBI, CIA intelligence coup. Matter of fact,
Oh, you've been saying that, dude.
hey,
You've
I'm
been
just
saying
telling you.
that shit, dude.
I told you the daggone when you really get down to you find out BLM and Antifa was all infiltrated in FBI agents, cops, security, you name it.
Sorry about
This was like 9/11, a big ass stand
that.
down. And that's the first one they gave the most time.
I mean, okay,
I
y'all.
saw that.
I
Yeah.
think something else is kind of psyop too, but y'all probably gonna think it's like probably
What's
I'm being
that?
a little
What?
insensitive or something, but I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I
With
just
Travis
think that
Scott
Just
thing.
say it.
yeah, how you
Nothing's
know,
shocking
man?
now.
How you know
What'd you say?
That Travis Scott thing seemed because I seen that it just seemed weird, dude. Like I don't know, man. It just seemed
What
funny.
seemed weird? I'm out of the loop.
That Travis Scott thing, it just seemed something didn't seem right with it. Not even just like the devil demonic, but just seemed like people that was interviewing wasn't even looking straight into the camera. It just I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know because it's okay. Put it like this: it'd be easy to.
Well, look, Ben Crump was on the case. That did get me a little bit,
That's what I'm saying, dude. And then Big Crump is on the case trying to sue Travis Scott now. And then Travis Scott wasn't even looking into the camera when he was being interviewed, and he was doing some trying to like cover his one eye. It's just
Well, let
like
me just say,
I'm
from a
telling you,
spiritual
man.
standpoint and a person who has dealt a lot with demonic spirits, one thing I can say about them is none of them look you eye to eye ever. None
That's
of
why
them ever look
some
directly
right,
into a camera
right,
either. So, from a spiritual standpoint, when I think about Travis Scott, I think about that because he's clearly possessed. But that's a whole nother ball game.
right.
But what I do see happening with that situation, I think that they were testing something out with frequency. I really do. I think that was the ultimate thing when I really took a step back and thought about it, because like there was one girl that interviewed that I thought her interview was gold, because she said, I just felt so weird during this whole thing. And normally I've been to this concert 3 times in a row and I've had a great time every time. But this time there was some weird sound she said they were making in between when the artist would get off stage. And it just sounded like a weird vibration. And she said every time they played it, it made my body feel weak, and until eventually I passed out. And
So
that interview, I think gave was the eye opener.
like okay, like you could have something like that happen and like, but like I don't like it to where you can make it seem like people really died, but they didn't die, but maybe they really passed out on like you just said from some frequency shit, but nobody really died, and they could just make it seem like a whole bunch of motherfuckers died. I'm telling you, man, that's the psyop right there. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a little there's a little incident, but they make it out to be a bigger incident. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, wait a minute.
Sunlight,
Wait a
what
minute.
up?
Wait a
What
minute.
up?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know what?
VJ,
I got
VJ,
to
what
tell
is
you
it?
something.
Oh
You know
shit,
that Live Nation guy, that Live Nation Entertainment thing, right?
right.
That thing signed Jay-Z into the deals in 2010, 2007 and 10. I think his name is Greg Mafu and Raphael Madal or something. But that Live Nation, the guy was on Oracle. The guy also got ties to Atlanta Braves, chairman Atlanta Braves. So this thing was a little bit deeper than what we're thinking. Pull up Live Nation on Google.
Oh shit.
And pull up this guy, and you can find out how much stuff the guy who owned the thing behind. So I ain't worried about Travis Scott. Matter of fact, I think Mr. Darren Muhammad had on his show tonight. Shout out to him. He brought up the fact that they already filed 20 lawsuits, but ain't nobody in the grave yet.
That's what I'm telling you.
Hello, Sunlight, by the way.
Yeah, Sunlight. What up? Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, would you want to bring up again on Google?
Pull up Live Nation Entertainment.
Oh yeah, Live Nation.
And Live Nation Entertainment also was the entertainment company that was offering free tickets to this concert in exchange for the Jabby Jab, the Larry Holmes. So I think that's interesting.
Damn, we be putting stuff together like Legos and shit. All right, so
yeah, they're Ticketmaster, and the guy got a thing with Ticketmaster too. Live Nation got something to do with Ticketmaster.
See, it's all about funding. It's all about this is not politics or whatever. So it's like but it's kind of like lobbying. You can they're still lobbying. You know what I'm saying? The ticket people or whatever still lobbying these motherfucking artists and shit. You know, and lobbying the execs. Excuse me, the record execs. My bad. It's all bullshit, man. Okay, why did you do that? Wait, hold up.
Okay, now go to Live Nation. Wait. Oh.
Okay, hold up.
Oh yeah, he owns a lot of land too.
Who does?
The guy from that Live Nation owns a lot of land.
Speaking of land, real quick, guess what? So Bill Gates, all that land that he bought, he's going to be growing potatoes and supplying the potatoes to McDonald's. I just heard that
I heard about
earlier
that
today.
I heard
not that we eat there anymore, but I'm just saying, what in the world he's gonna put in there? But yeah, back to this.
I heard that too, man.
Yeah, we all once you understand, like once you understand the truth, it sets you free, and you're just a seeker of truth going forward. You're no longer in the matrix. Period.
Okay. Imagine that. Hold on.
Hi, computer robots. Good to see you.
Well, computer robots, what's up? Big Shaq in the building. What up?
We can't be here very long.
Gucci.
In the building.
Word
Hands
up.
on your knees.
Man, you see the topic. I know you got kids, Shaq, man. I know, man, you be real
What's
passionate.
good? What's popping?
Yeah, the topic is, man, you know what I'm saying? Are they coming for the babies, man? They coming for them, man. You know what I'm saying? I think they are, in my opinion, man. You know what I'm saying? I really
You know
do.
what? Are you talking with these shots and shit, man? What you talking
Oh
about?
man, with that, with the
Yeah,
music, with the this track, all this, you know what I'm saying? The
yeah.
demonic,
Yeah.
ritualistic type, psyop, all that, all of it. You know what I mean? Perception is
Okay,
everything. What is
go to this guy Wikipedia page.
okay, Wikipedia. I'm sorry.
Wikipedia. Uh,
What's his
how
name?
about you take it?
Because I'm. Hold on, I gotta
Greg
Oh
Wikipedia.
damn! How
Mafuis.
you doing? I didn't even see you up there, Miss.
Oh, me?
Yeah, how you
Hi,
doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing. How you
That's
doing?
awesome, man. All right, what's going on, Bernard? God damn, man.
What's going on?
It's raining like crazy here, man. It's raining here in
Is
Texas,
it?
and yeah, it just started raining, man. It's just hail. It was a little hail too. They told me it's gonna be some, I
Really?
think, tomorrow too. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Interesting.
I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
I'm
Why?
about to look up the guy's name who is the
Why
owner
is
of
it
Live
doing that?
Nation because I don't know his name.
Hold up.
You said Live Nation?
Yeah, I think
I'm
that's what
gonna
he
put
said.
it up.
Live
Okay,
Nation.
I'm
here it
putting
is,
it up
right here.
right now.
Okay, here it is, right here. My bad. Okay, I got it.
Greg
Bam.
Mayfi.
Yep. Look how much
And
So
stuff
these,
this
Michael
guy owns.
Rapino.
these are the
Rock
cats that are.
Nation, Ticketmaster, Frontline
Hmm.
Management, net with a net income of 1.828 billion.
Mm,
Yeah.
this is a Philip. Is that
Liberty
a black dude?
Media.
Isn't it?
So you're talking about Mr. Greg.
It's a black dude.
Oh, white
Let
dude.
me look him up.
A white
No,
dude.
he
Oh, look
doesn't
at
have
it.
a.
Look
No,
at
I
that.
don't think so. I
Man,
don't
that
think
last
so.
name, yeah,
Kanye.
that sound like that might be Islamic or something. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah,
that,
that's
You
what I'm
boy.
gonna do a little search and find out. No, he's definitely Jewish. Yeah. Um,
Mm.
but he is the president
But
and chief executive officer of Liberty Media and is the chairman of Live Nation Entertainment, but also part owner.
The smallest
And
hat, smallest
he
hat in the room.
he also owns Sirius XM and TripAdvisor as well. Try to skip to the Chiefs
and
damn.
game.
Atlanta Braves.
Hey, he worth
Atlanta
more than
Braves.
1.8
Atlanta
billion. Then
Braves.
that's a lie. That's a fake number. Then he
Well,
worth
no,
more than
no,
1.8 billion. Hell.
that's just for that one part subsidiary. That's just for
Oh,
look on
okay.
the side over there. You see the side over there? Like that's just revenues for one. That's not everything. That's not
No,
everything.
yeah.
There's no possible way.
The
There's no
department. Why would
possible
Nah.
the
way.
Department of Justice get into this? Department of Justice approved merger pending certain conditions. Why would they get into this shit?
Where on what now?
The Department of Justice. What's going on? Yeah, there's some Masonic ties to these people, though. There's some brotherhood ties. Because what the
But
hell would
Well,
look,
the
certain
United States
things
Justice
I
Department have to do with
I think they
approving
have
any
to
kind of
get
merger?
involved so it's not a monopoly on certain things, I think.
Okay.
When you become so big like that, they have to get involved. But anyways, yeah.
go to
Hmm.
Greg Maffey name over here in the corner. Go to this guy, Frank. Yeah, in the corner right here. Greg Maffey, right here. See his
Look,
name?
just from
But look,
total
Rock Nation. Look at this Rock Nation on there. You see Rock Nation, don't you? That Jay-Z in
we
them.
had
Rock
just
Nation.
said that. Yeah, yeah, we just said that.
Jay-Z tied to
I
it.
was I was just seeing that from Liberty Media total he makes 44 million dollars a year just from that alone.
Hmm.
Okay, we say BJ to the left or right? What did do his
No, in
name?
this corner, in this right-hand corner,
Mm-hmm.
it'll show you his name. Greg Maffey, right there.
Oh,
Key people. Click his name.
why don't I see this shit right hand corner?
Where it say key people at?
I don't see that either. I'm tripping.
Well, it might be key people. Well, it might say key people on my screen. You just was on Beverly Hills. You just clicked on Beverly Hills. It tell you the headquarters in Beverly Hills, California.
Okay. Oh, right here. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Oh wait, I didn't see stars and Expedia though. Dang. So not just Live Nation, SiriusXM, TripAdvisor, Stars, Expedia, Oracle, and Microsoft.
Expedia.
Oracle and
Oh,
Microsoft. Jeez.
yeah.
Yes, up there
It
at the
is a.
top.
What you
He
mean?
scrolled past it, but it's up there at the top.
It's a
Also, a
monopoly. The
director,
motherfucker going
he
hell.
also
Shit.
was a chairman of the board of
Yeah.
styles and the director of Barnes and Noble, Citric, DirecTV, Doyle and Kinsey, Electronic Arts, and Starbucks Coffee. This guy's into a lot of stuff, man.
But the thing is, when you get over a certain
Mm.
amount of money, you get onto all those advisory boards. Like it says, he's advisory for Zillow and all those different places. But that's all multimillionaires end up being on boards. Boards of banks, boards of all these other things. That's how they get more money. That's how the 1% becomes the 1%, though. They
Mm.
all do that.
Mm.
All CEOs serve on 3, 4, 5, 6 different boards at once.
Mm.
In the
So I don't
Atlanta
think that's
Braves.
anything new.
Yeah, and he's
Yep.
in Formula One racing too. So look how much stuff this guy involved in.
Once you have that much money, you put more money in the pot to get more money. It just makes more sense. That's what they do because
Damn,
they can.
Starbucks.
Yep.
Yeah, Starbucks.
You gotta really watch what you eat and who you give your money to, man. Like
Direct TV.
you gotta watch who you give your money to, man, because you know what I'm saying.
Mm.
And then the thing is, man, that we this is you know that with the whole whatever narratives or whatever. They have a 75% head start, man. You know, whatever kind of excuse me, I'm sorry about this. Excuse me, y'all. They have a 75% head start. You see what I'm saying? In economics, they know that it's been like that. So it's hard for us to catch up. And the thing is, you have people that are supposed to be that look like me and you that are making it easier for them to keep being into the league. You see what I'm saying? And that's the thing right there that's just really disappointing. You see what I'm saying? But
Well,
like daughter Yashua said, we're the last of this generation to really give the you know what I'm saying to really hold on and give the youth some real good shit, man. After that, it's gonna be effeminized. It's gonna look like that movie Demolition Man. It's gonna look like that. That's what it's gonna be like. Motherfuckers gonna be living underground and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to comply with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's just like how they trying to do us with these mandates, man. And it's so
So
people.
it's.
where's our Uncle Tom's at?
What'd you say?
I was just gonna say that I looked up his political contributions, and it says that he was Colorado's biggest donor and contributor to Trump's inauguration and campaign. Just thought that was interesting because I was interested in where he stood.
Mm,
Because wherever he stood, a lot of that money is gonna go
mm,
towards them. So
mm.
Hey, but don't them type people they play both sides. They give to
yeah,
both
they
they
do.
give to both
They
parties.
d- they do. But I just wanted to see which one he gave more to, and he gave more
Hmm.
to more to
That's just like
Donald.
oh boy, that's oh boy that's like a Rockefeller and what Rockefeller was doing in the World War II days. It was funding both sides of the war so that you know what I'm saying whoever loses they get profit, they'll win. You see, it's all about money. It's all about economics. You see what I'm saying? That's what these people do, man. You know, that's why they have the Democrat Republican Party to fight. You know what I'm saying, and to really make it seem like the outside person is you know what I'm saying is a part of the winning team and is also a part of the government regulations. We have no ties to the government regulations. You see what I'm saying? Whatever they say goes. We don't have no input on it. Even though them people should be working for us, it should be the other way around. But it's not. We're really working for them. You see what I'm saying? And like I was saying earlier, me and my buddy Mel, you know what I'm saying? It just seems like he was saying something, and I'll piggyback off it, but it seems like the good thrive, you know what I'm saying? And excuse me, it seems like the bad thrive, you know what I'm saying? In the good catches hell and shit, man. It seems like to me and shit. And that lets you know right there, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of brotherhoods and there's a lot of secret societies and stuff like that that keep that kind of shit going. That's why they're a brotherhood with each other, not with us, not with the public. You see what I'm saying? And that shit right there, that keeps black people down. Do all that, all these secret societies and deltas and links and AKAs and all that bullshit. That's another factor too. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all think the CBC are? You know what I'm saying? You don't think those are links and deltas and motherfucking alpha motherfuckers and shit? Y'all don't think those are them? That's them and shit. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why we're another reason why we're
Definitely.
put back and shit, because you know what I'm saying? There's another reason why we're put back. Because these fuckers, you know what I'm saying? These people, you know what I'm saying? these people that are doing that, that's why we're back. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, what do y'all think? We the last generation, man. We're the last ones to really
Hey, man,
instill and keep this
hey,
going.
look, hey, Shaq, I want you. Hey, Frank, go to that interview I sent you today with Fauci, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to get Shaq's thoughts on it.
Look, I don't even need to hear that
No, I
crumbs
want to hear
mouth.
this about the kids. I want to hear it.
Hold up.
What is
Halloween
this
over.
again? So what is this again?
Fauci talking about the kids, talking about masks, but he dropped the
I
dime though.
I
It was
can't stand
interesting.
him. Like I don't even
I know
want
I
to
can't
hear
stand him
his
either, but
lying mouth.
the guy,
Yeah, I just
the
can't
guy,
hear. Yeah, it's
I
hard. It's
can't
hard.
either. Like when Ron Paul earlier, I was listening to something this morning, and he was talking to him and going after him, and the way he blatantly lies now, it's just like I don't even want to hear him. His annoying voice, you know. Oh gosh,
but the interviewer asked a good question though. That's why he said it though. The interview said,
he's
"Are we still in
such
the
a liar.
pandemic?"
What? Okay, okay. Are we still in the pandemic? I wonder
Something
what
How
like
are
he
you
that.
gonna
would
ask
say.
him and shit, dude?
I
Like, you
wonder
know what I'm
what he
saying?
would say.
Like he's
Yeah.
that's you know what I'm saying?
The
Like
more
he
I
don't.
learn about him and what he did during the AIDS epidemic, it's sickening.
Ooh, the AZT though, that shit was.
All right, listen to
You
this
could give
now.
a
Listen to
drug to
this.
people to kill them on purpose. Okay, I'm listening.
Mm.
Deja vu. Deja
You know
vu.
what's
Deja
crazy? But
vu.
Remember
I
Dr.
know,
Kevorkian?
right?
The
Dr.
interviewer asked some good
Kevorkian got all the
questions though.
slack
Sometimes
though.
the
Damn,
interviewer
but
asked some good questions at
maybe he wasn't
times though.
make
That's why I
science.
listen.
Dr. Kevorkian, man.
He got all the slack though, but they weren't paying him to do that shit. Though weren't paying people paying it, paying them to help them relieve their fucking lives and shit. They weren't.
Yeah, they
But
were.
this
They were.
motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? The people weren't paying
He's
him to do
doing
that.
it. He's doing it without your consent. Dr. Fauci is.
Maybe,
Right.
maybe.
I call him the Jack in the ass box.
Mm.
Oh
Listen,
boy, I tell you, man.
listen, because the guy asked some good questions though. He did.
So this ain't Fox News or nothing. This is like a private
Well,
company, huh?
This is
Private news
yeah,
company, huh?
yeah, he asked
last
some good
spoke.
questions.
We now have at least a proposed pill on COVID-19. We've got approval for at least some children to be inoculated. Tell us what comes next in this saga.
Well, what comes next, David, is how well we get the country vaccinated. It is a really good news that the FDA has given the emergency use authorization and the CDC has recommended vaccinations for children from 5 to 11. There are 28 million children in that demographic category. And if we can get the overwhelming majority of those vaccinated, not only would be a great relief to parents, protect the children, but it would have an impact on the dynamics of the spread. So that's one good news. You mentioned the fact that we now have 2 orally administered antivirals, one of which has received an emergency use authorization from the FDA, molnupiravir, and the other, which has got good results from Pfizer, a protease inhibitor, which is now applying for an emergency use authorization. Those drugs, when given early, within the first 3 to 5 days of symptomatic infection, do a great deal of diminishing the likelihood that a person's infection will progress to hospitalizations and death. Now, with regard to infections, we continue to see a downward trend in cases, in deaths, and in hospitalizations. But we seem to be plateauing at around 70,000 cases a day over the last several weeks. And we want to make that slope of decline to be much sharper in its deflection. And the
Yeah,
way
if you
you
did,
do that
yeah.
is you get more people vaccinated. We still have about 60 million people in this country who are eligible to be vaccinated who have not yet gotten vaccinated. We've got to get them vaccinated as we go into the colder months of the winter, when you have other respiratory infections like influenza and others that could complicate the picture. So it's a mixed bag. In general, some really good news, but we really keep our foot on the pedal and not pull back as we get into the winter months.
So, Doctor, you just laid out a perfect framework for this interview. So let's take it in order. First, with the childhood vaccinations. Do you have numbers about the rate at which children are getting vaccinated? I think it only just started something like last Thursday, but how fast are they taking it? And maybe as important, do you have a sense of whether parents will be even more resistant on their children than they are for themselves?
Well, I can give you an answer clearly on the second question. I don't have the numbers yet for the first question because although we seem to be doing very well, I mean, if you look at some of the clinics and the pediatrics offices, there are certainly an awful lot of children from 5 to 11. But the question you asked, David, is a very relevant one about parents who will be asking important, reasonable questions about the vaccine. And that's the reason why we're putting out a major effort to get the information that's correct information, get it in multiple media, get it from trusted messengers. The vaccine is very safe in the 5 to 11 group, as well as highly effective. It's about 91% effective in preventing getting symptomatic disease, which is very, very good. And in that age group, the safety profile looks very good. So there's every reason for a parent to be actually enthusiastic about getting their children vaccinated.
So, Dr. Fauci, we have a viewer actually who wrote in as you were talking and asked about herd immunity. And the question specifically was, once we get to childhood vaccinations, will we get to herd immunity? Or let me ask it a different way. Have we given up on herd immunity as a practical matter?
Well, absolutely not. I mean, if you look at the overall conceptual definition of herd immunity, is when you get enough people protected in the community, either from having gotten infected and recovered, and we do recommend that those people still get vaccinated, plus importantly, the percentage of the population that's vaccinated. You will know when you get to that point, when the cases are so low, they're barely detectable. That's what herd immunity means. We don't know what that percentage is, David.
If you're lying about the motherfuckers that's positive, nigga.
For measles, it's
goddamn jacket of crack
of the population needs to be vaccinated.
Hold on.
We don't know precisely what that number is. So rather than focusing.
Now listen.
Well, I can't listen to
I can't even listen to him either. I'm like, that's so annoying. You want us to keep listening to Dr. Fauci, and I just want him to shut up. He's lying.
I'm talking about the interviewer. The interviewer is asking the right questions. That's what I'm talking about.
We already know the answers, though.
No,
yeah, we already know the answers. They're lying.
He's gonna ask about the pandemic. He's gonna say, "I'm out of the pandemic." That's how you know this shit is a scam. But
even beyond all of that. The nature tells us that if you have already gotten COVID or whatever this is, you have
any virus,
immunity.
any disease virus,
any virus, you have immunity. God put it in us. Once you have fought through it, you don't have to worry about it anymore. You have immunity. Like, why are we listening to this liar?
They're a dope man. Hey, look here, dope. He talked about drugs. I don't give a damn if it's illegal or legal drugs. You pumping drugs. You ain't pumping nothing natural. You ain't staying. These niggas ain't talking about nothing natural to build up your immune system to fight off the average goddamn virus, which is flu, coronavirus, or nothing.
But look, go ahead, Frank, because I want you gonna talk about Aaron Rodgers too. This shit gonna be funny as hell. I was tripping on this. You gonna say
something about Aaron Rodgers too?
Yeah. This shit was funny as hell.
See, that's how you know it's a game.
We gonna switch the story though. You gonna switch the story when we talk about Aaron Rodgers. Watch what he say.
Or fixating on a number. Let's just get as many people vaccinated as we possibly can.
Well, that's stupid.
And when we get to that point, we'll know it. It will be very obvious.
Related to that, Dr. Fauci, is masking. I mean, there's certainly the issue of masking in schools. A lot of schools opened up with masking requirements. As we get to have the kids vaccinated, and for that matter, as we already have a lot of adults vaccinated, does that recommendation of masking start to go away?
David, it ultimately will go away. But we're not there yet because we still have enough dynamics of infection in the community, particularly, as I mentioned a moment ago, the weekly average of a daily number of cases is about 70,000 per day. That is much too high to be pulling back on mitigation methods. We've seen now in Europe, in some of even the Western European countries like Germany and Denmark and others that have pulled back on some of their mitigation, they are now starting to see a surge. We don't want to do that. We're on a downward trend. We want to keep going on a downward trend. We're not going to be having to wear masks forever, but for now, particularly as the CDC recommends in indoor congregate settings, where you don't really have a good handle on who's vaccinated and who's not, under those circumstances, the CDC still recommends appropriately that we wear masks.
Dr. Patrick, as I've watched you over the last 20 plus months or so, it seems that your basic thesis is information. Data are our friends. We need to understand more. So let me take you to a case very much in the news right now, getting a lot of focus. And that's the case of Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. He now is saying the reason he avoided getting vaccinated was because he has perhaps some allergic reaction to vaccines. How prevalent is allergic reaction to this vaccine?
Tired of cold calling? Introducing Lucia, the easiest, most accurate way to prospect. Simply sign up for free and congrats. Now you can reach more than 50 million direct dials. How? Easy.
Well, there are only certain components. I'm not going to comment, and I want to make sure people know I'm not commenting about Aaron Rodgers. That is his individual choice, and I will not comment specifically on that. But specifically to your question, there are people who have allergic reactions in general, but there is not very many, in fact, very rare, that you would have an allergic reaction to a component of a vaccine, such as the mRNA vaccine. It occurs, but it certainly is not something that's common.
Okay, Dr. Patrick, let's go on, because a lot of questions, people around the news and otherwise are saying, what are our holidays going to look like? Because as you mentioned, it looks like the cases are plateauing. They're not continuing to fall. We see, meanwhile, in Northern Europe, particularly Germany, the Benelux countries, really it almost looks like another wave. Are we going to face a possible wave in the United States as we get into these holidays?
That is up to us, David, and it really relates to what I mentioned just a moment ago. If we get the overwhelming proportion of unvaccinated people vaccinated, and we get those who have been vaccinated and are eligible to get a booster, if we get them boosted, we can go a long way to preventing any surge as we go into the winter. And in fact, for vaccinated people, you should look forward to a good family type of gathering in the home, as we've always accustomed to do in Thanksgiving and in Christmas. I know I'm planning to have a family gathering with my family, all of whom are vaccinated, and enjoy the season. But with regard to the society in general, the community in general, whether or not we get a surge is going to depend on how well we get people vaccinated.
Doctor, finally, we have now this vaccine mandate coming out of OSHA as being challenged in various courts. You're not a lawyer that I'm aware of, at least, so I'm not going to ask you a legal question, but the challenge is actually based on a medical conclusion, which is whether we have a medical emergency. I wonder what you would say if we qualified you as an expert witness, which you certainly would be in court. Could you say this is a medical emergency? Because certainly it seems like less of an emergency today than it was 12 months ago, 15 months ago.
Well, I would think
that's the question I'm telling you, yes.
But anyone in public health, when we are in the middle of a pandemic that has already killed 750,000 Americans and infected 46
drop in the bucket compared to 300 goddamn plus million people
at a minimum, and maybe close to 15 million people worldwide, I think that would be equivalent to what we would say would be a medical emergency.
So I want to speak one final one related to this, actually, and that is what you have said is potentially a very significant breakthrough. And there are, as you say, two of them actually. All
right. I'm kind of.
Yeah, cut it out. You got to talk about the pill. But the guy asked some good questions. What I'm saying, the guy asked some good questions. Like he said, it doesn't seem like we're in a pandemic anymore and stuff like that. So the guy asked Fauci the question. Fauci really was spamming that question because you can't excuse it no more because the guy just told you the case is dropping. Why are you still doing this? See what I'm saying? You got busted like 3 times.
Listen.
Damn, look at sunlight. Damn, the white dude got a choice. Damn.
You know what? I feel like since I was forced to listen to that stupidity, I went ahead and took some notes because I'm sick of listening to Fauci. But since I had to listen to his stupid self, First and foremost, he said, you know, herd immunity doesn't matter. You still need a vaccine, even if you've had COVID. But the problem with that is, so we just don't care about. This is the first time in history that scientists and doctors supposedly don't care about natural immunity anymore. We have to ask the question of why. And so, if there's 70,000 cases of COVID every single day, you know, but yet there's 90%, 90+% of people that are recovering. Nature is working just fine. That's another argument. Next, he says we don't have a good handle on the vaccination, hence the reason we still have to wear masks. But the problem is people that are vaccinated are still getting this. It's not protecting them from nothing. So what are you talking about? I'm so sick of hearing his mouth. And then the last thing he wanted to say is he refused to answer any questions about Aaron Rodgers, citing that it's his personal choice. But you want to take away our personal choices, but yet you don't have nothing to say about Mr. Aaron Rodgers. Since I'm forced to listen to the idiot, let me go ahead and take these notes. And with that is case closed. Can we please stop listening to doggone Fauci, because he has gotten on my last nerve.
Looking like
And let
George
me
Burns. Looking like
let me
George
add to
Burns.
that.
Oh, George Burns.
But
looking
let me
at-
say
And
something.
let me add to what you just
Even with the
said, though.
Aaron Rodgers thing, if you realize what he said, he didn't tell you that Aaron Rodgers said it allergic reaction to the vaccine, mRNA vaccine, as they say, right? But check this out. He didn't say you wouldn't have an allergic reaction. He just told you it's not common. That's what he told you. So he didn't say that you're wrong, because over the last couple of days, I've been watching some hearings and stuff. They're now admitting that it's some side effects, but they keep on saying the reward is better than the risk. That is true. But for who though? Is it for you or is it for me? It might
And
be
then
right. The reward
and
might
then
be better than the risk.
this is another thing. You want to now push boosters, okay? But you can't even get a handle on the current pandemic with the 2 shots you've already given. So after this, you want to continue to give. I already see what you're doing, crazy people. You want to keep giving boosters and keep lining the pockets of the pharmaceutical companies like we're idiots. But at the end of the day, I don't know who's going for it. They must be idiots who's ever going for it. But I'm so sick of hearing his lying mouth. It's just lie after lie after lie.
Now,
Well, I
right.
ain't there.
And let me add to that.
Yeah, Shaq,
Hey,
go
look,
for
Now
it.
I didn't read it.
let me add to that, right? Like what she said. You mean to tell me your drugs is smarter than human biology?
Come on.
I told you.
Nigga gone.
Right.
Nigga gone. Let's see, that's a nigga. I'm so
Yeah.
he a real
I'm
nigga.
Italian, you know, the
Now, see,
system.
that's
You
when
know,
you need to use the term nigga in the
we
right
did
Yep.
conquer.
proper
We did
context.
conquer. We did conquer
Proper
Italy and shit,
context.
so in Spain.
Stop with the bullshit.
But you know, I can't get over
They ain't
that one part, natural immunity. You're right, Shaq. Natural immunity. I can't get past number one, our natural immunity that God gave us. Period.
Man, we didn't fight off so much stuff, man. Like you said, even man, come on now. Now they just want us to be drug addicts. That's just basically what they're telling me. You want me to be a drug addict. You mean to tell me your
They want
drugs
off us.
and which don't work? Because if it worked, then I won't have to keep getting the drug every damn time. Even your body builds up immunity. That's why you got to keep getting the dose. They got to change the even people with diabetics. It builds up immunity, and you might have to keep changing the doses. Might have to go up, might have to go down. That's you trying to outsmart them body's biology. Come on, man. You can't. You cannot.
Exactly. Facts.
And you see, this crazy too, because this lets you know it's bullshit because your body is made of viruses and bacteria, dude. And see, that's how you know these motherfuckers, the mainstream media or Fauci, none of these motherfuckers will ever tell motherfuckers that. But it's kind of on you, a grown ass motherfucking man and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, or woman and shit to do the research your damn self and shit, find that out yourself and shit.
Well,
But they creating the zombies though.
No, we were on Instagram and we're on motherfucking Love and Hip Hop. So it's
Let
all
me say something to the lady. Let me say something to the lady up here. Look, I ain't mean to, you know, get too deep into Fauci, but I'm just letting you know it depends on how you answer the question and get this little devil in the crosshairs. Because the guy asked some good questions. The man really was stumbling if you really catch it. That's why he asked him the vaccine mandate OSHA. Does it seem like, because it doesn't seem like we're in a medical emergency. Fauci still trying to tell you it's an emergency. I'm just telling you, I was at the gym yesterday. No, the other day. I said, dang, what's going on? The guy said, oh, they say we back to normal. Over the basketball court, over everything open. Back to normal. Right? That's what they say.
But let's
So
talk about this confusion right here, though. So your gym is open, the basketball court is back open, and then there's headlines in the LA Times. All gyms you can't access unless you're vaxxed. You can't
Mm.
go to restaurants anymore. You can't go to any of these things anymore. But in your state, oh, we're free to go. Listen, I'm so sick and tired of the mixed messaging. And no, listen, it doesn't have anything to do with you bringing it up. It's great to bring it up for the audience, and they need to hear what is going on. Maybe my morning just started off crooked because I listened to the whole thing with Ron Paul and him this morning, and he just set my whole day wrong. I don't like him. And I think I don't like him because he's a liar. He is one of those reprobate liars. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That
Mm.
like that kind of the Bible talks about. I don't like him and I see straight through it. So I get that you're presenting this to the audience. I want the audience to be able to see it. If anything, I challenge the audience to go back and look at what he did during the AIDS epidemic. That's why I can't stand him. Because listen, so many people, millions of people died
Mm.
under his watch and by his hand.
Mm.
He shouldn't even have a job, man. And then he put medications out there when you really do the research that killed these people.
Mm.
Literally, they were dropping like flies on his watch. The same thing he's doing right now, he's doing it again. So
Mm.
that's why I want people to wise up and see what he's really doing. That's why people were dying left and right. He's getting ready to do it again in the
Right.
name of a
So let
vaccine.
me ask
You go.
people that's listening, right? He said a medical emergency. Now y'all see the numbers have got up to 700,000. These are the numbers that they claim that I guess died from so-called this pandemic and within this
Claim.
pandemic, right? So that's a medical emergency, right? You look
Mhm.
at the numbers though. If you just do the math on that, what
Mhm.
percentage is that of the population? We got 330 plus million people. You're gonna say 700,000. It's more
Exactly.
people was dying from the goddamn flu in the millions.
Mm.
Yep.
Mm.
It's more people die from just regular diabetes or overdose from
Yep.
drugs, legal
Yep.
drugs, legal
Yep.
drugs.
Mm.
You ain't mandated.
Opiates.
You ain't mandated nobody to stop taking legal drugs yet,
Nope.
huh? It's
Mm.
more deaths from overdose,
Yep.
But see, you
and
know,
more deaths. It's
you
more
go.
deaths from uh um um doctors,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
Medical malpractice.
Yep.
Come on now.
Mm. No, we don't. They won't talk about that.
I think they think we're stupid. I think they think that we don't read like back when they
Everybody's gonna think that.
prevented us
all
from
right, pull
being
that
able
up,
to
Frank.
read. You know, I think that's what it is.
Pull that
They
up,
think
Frank.
everybody's in the group think. That's what it is.
All right,
You
pull
know what
that
I'm
one
saying?
up, Frank. See what you think about this one. This could be a little bit. This could be a little bit.
Please don't tell me it's Fauci again.
It's not Fauci.
I'm
No,
over it. I've
it's
had
not
enough
Fauci.
Fauci for one night.
Don't do it.
All right. So,
No,
okay, and this is another thing I wanted to say before
it's
I go to this
Indian
video.
doctor.
Okay, I see BJ. I kind of see. I see why you wanted me to play that too, because Fauci kind of slipped up too, and it let you know it was kind of this is all stage two because he mentioned the holidays, right? He mentioned that what I'm
Yeah.
saying. He mentioned everything was going to be good, all good for. I mean, he mentioned the cold flu season, the holidays. What is the holidays and all this have to do with it? It's a real pandemic. Motherfuckers wouldn't give a fuck about no holidays. Motherfuckers, this is
Right. Stupid. For real.
But yeah, what is it really
Hey,
about? Money, and their pagan holiday.
the turkey cost you $20 more this year. So what the hell?
Damn, you notice that?
Say what now?
The turkeys are more.
A
It's like
turkey costs
$20
more.
more. It's like $70 turkey now, man.
Why
I
are
saw
you
they were
buying meat?
93 cents per pound or something. I saw
Why
the other day in a
are we
store, but I don't
still
even eat it. So
purchasing meat products? Like, didn't they just have a recall on meat, on them birds and turkeys and shit? Why
yep.
are we
And they
still
just
buying this
said
shit?
that they approved. I sent you all the article. I mean, the video about the meat that they approved that's not even meat that will hit the shelves on 2022. But
I've
that
seen
tells
that.
us if they've already legally approved it, it's already on your
You
shelves
know
right
what? I
now.
was
You
in the
better
store
stop eating
yesterday
it.
with a guy with a bunch of spam and shit. And like 10 cases of spam in his
This dude, DJ, man.
Hey,
Oh shit.
hey,
Burn.
hey, them
He burned
Hawaiians
up.
live off this spam, playboy.
Oh, they do, dude. That's why they be so motherfucking big, dude. Some will be all unproportioned, shaped like fire hydrants and shit.
You boss man.
You feel me?
I've never heard that before. Oh my god.
He was a big guy.
Fuck, dude. Dude was a big dude, huh?
Yeah,
No
guy
wonder,
was a
no
big
shit.
guy. He had a bunch of spam in his hand. He had
No
like
shit,
5 or 7 cases in his hand.
But you know,
Hawaiian people, yeah, they eat a lot of spam.
I don't got one.
Yeah, they do. Koreans.
Was a black dude?
French, yeah.
Yeah.
Japanese, yeah, they eat a lot of spam.
They eat a lot of spam.
Hey, put it up.
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance
pushing the interracial couples over here.
I was gonna say y'all mute too, or there'll be an echo.
Okay, that's what. Okay, that's all right.
Geico.com. Former FDA Commissioner Dr. Scott Gottlieb, you know him, right? We see him on TV. He says he believes we're close to the end of this pandemic and moving into what they call the endemic phase, which is more manageable. So like the seasonal flu, get the shot every year and people and everything's pretty cool. He also thinks the recent Delta wave was the final wave. Do you agree with him? And what about variants? Do you think they're going to pop up?
Well, it's a really good question. And it's actually an opportunity to just step back and look at where we've been, right? Because I know sometimes when you read the news, it can seem like this pandemic is never going to end. But a couple of things I want to say very clearly. Number one, this pandemic will end. We will get there to the end of this pandemic.
Yeah. Thank you.
And we will do it together, driven by sticking together and helping one another. But the other thing that's important to know is how much progress we have made. We now have more than 190 million people who have been fully vaccinated in this country. That's a big deal. We have now, with the advent of vaccines for kids 5 through 11, 28 million more people who can get vaccinated. We have the possibility of 2 oral medications on the horizon, which the FDA has to now investigate and review, but they may help us even further. So we're making a lot of progress. And the more people get vaccinated, the lower our risk of seeing a bump in cases down the line. But here's my concern. We still have about 60 million people in our country who are not yet vaccinated. They're our family, our friends, our neighbors, and they remain vulnerable, especially as the winter months come and people go indoors. So we've got to make every effort to talk to our friends, to do so as kindly and empathically as we can, recognizing they may be the victims of misinformation as well, but urge them to talk to their doctor, talk to people they trust to get vaccinated. And finally, if you're eligible for a booster shot, please go out and get one. It's a great way to extend and enhance the protection that you've already been.
Wait, hold up. I'm sorry. Everybody, they see him and Fauci, these motherfuckers using the same script, talking about indoors in this cold season. How the fuck you catch a virus indoors? How you get sick indoors? If you indoors, how the fuck you get sick? If we're getting sick from other people, how the fuck are you getting sick indoors and shit, dude? You know what I'm saying? Well, if you're around the same motherfuckers every day, how are you getting sick from people, dude?
You heard what he said though, right? It's gonna end, but then he told you he telling you go get your booster, but he also told you misinformation. He said they could be the victims of misinformation. Go ahead and keep on going. See what he.
Big Devil, salute. What up, Big Devil? Yeah, but man, all right, hold up.
Getting from the vaccine, and especially again as winter comes, that'll be good protection to have.
Yeah. So Doc, we've had a conversation, and we've been told by various people that they were able to do a test to see how many of how much natural immunity they have. Is there such a test?
I'm so glad you asked, because there are tests that can tell you if you have antibodies to the virus or not. But this is a really important caveat. We don't know exactly what level of antibody means that you were definitively protected.
Right.
And that's why we're not recommending that people test and check antibody levels in order to determine whether or not they're protected.
You're not a
scientist.
that's
very important to know, because if you have prior infection and you think, hey, I'm just going to antibody test and see if I am protected or not, that's not actually going to work at this point in time. We don't want you to rely on that.
Not going to work.
Lies.
I wanted
because you haven't done the research.
About the boosters.
You didn't do it.
I understand.
That's why they don't want you to go.
You ain't trying to do the research on it.
We got to pause this. Pause.
More information, but all the back and forth is a little bit confusing right now over who needs a third.
Listen. That's a lie, a bald-faced lie from the pit of hell. Listen, what is the reasoning behind not going to get an antibody test? This is the science that they've trusted for so many years. Your body will tell no lies. You can go and get checked for the antibodies. Why are you laughing, BJ? Somebody, listen, these lies, these lies, man. This is so annoying. I'm sorry.
Hey, Miss Sure. Hey, look, but people, it is because, like you said, this nigga just said we ain't even, basically, they ain't even doing the research on it. Now, if y'all saying we in a medical pandemic, if they say we're in a medical pandemic, why is all hands on deck? All science is supposed to be on the table. You're throwing out all other science and science information in journals just to go down this one hole, this one cul-de-sac of vaccines with these 4 different. That's what they're doing. They're throwing out all the other medical procedures, therapeutics, just to go down, just to force. We think, I sort of, kind of, we hope, I think it work. It's going to work. It's going to work. It's going to work. Trump told us early, if you want to see lower numbers, hey, PJ, if you want to hear see lower numbers, stop testing the
Test lowers. Yeah, don't test. But you know what's crazy? In one breath, he just said, yes, there is a scientific test that will provide you with the understanding if you have antibodies or not. But we're not suggesting that you do that in this situation because we just want to push this jabby jab on you. That's basically what I'm not even going to say that's basically. That's what he just said. Like the lies are right there in your face.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm over it. I'm over it.
Let him finish, Frank. He gonna talk about misinformation. He gonna talk about misinformation again.
Oh Lord.
And whether they should mix and match vaccines or stick with the one they originally got. Can you clear that up?
Absolutely. So right now, people are eligible for booster shots if they got Johnson & Johnson and they're 2 months out from their last shot, or if they got Moderna or Pfizer and they're 6 months out and they fall into a high-risk group, like they're over 65, they have other illnesses, or they are at a high risk of exposure. Now, there is also an opportunity that people have to mix and match. Now, if you had Pfizer or Moderna, generally sticking with the same vaccine for your booster generally makes sense if you had a good experience with the first couple of shots. For Johnson & Johnson, the data is actually pretty good that if you get J&J for your booster, those people seem to have a very high level of protection. If you get a Pfizer or Moderna booster, you really boost your antibodies to really high levels, which is why you see a lot of people going for that option as well. So you've got 2 good options.
But you still have to be over 65 to get it?
No.
You don't.
So with J&J, anybody who's 2 months out can get a booster. And if you got Pfizer or Moderna, anyone who's 6 months out, and if you're 65, you've got other illnesses, or if you live or work in a place where you're exposed to the virus, you can also go ahead and get boosted. So people should know that.
Okay, so we know about all y'all who have been putting on the old hair makeup and stuff, trying to get a booster, pretending you all. We know you're out there.
And Whoopi, can I just share one last thing? Look, I know this has been incredibly hard this last 20 months. All of us have been affected differently, but our lives have been utterly turned upside down in so many ways. And the loss that we've experienced can't be measured only in lives lost or hospitalizations. It's also in relationships that have been broken and hurt, and dreams that have been deferred. It's been a really, really tough time. But I want people to know one of the most important things we have learned from this pandemic is just how important our relationships with each other are. We don't get through these pandemics without sticking together, without helping one another. And if we come out of this pandemic recognizing that, if we come out more unified, connected to one another, more committed to investing in our relationships, and I think we will come out stronger than we were even before this pandemic began.
All right. Thanks to U.S. Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy.
Oh, isn't he so sweet? Let's all band together.
Well, how about this then? Well, how about this, good people that's listening? How about this?
My bad. Let me turn my bad. Meta. Okay, my bad.
How about this? If they're not going to be responsible enough, like I said, all hands on deck. If they're not going to be responsible and tell you other things outside these drugs that they want you to take, if they're not going to tell you that garlic kills viruses, antiviral, they're not going to tell you oregano oil. They're gonna tell you olive leaves is antiviral. Then they're gonna tell you pineapple, the flesh of pineapples boiling in this shit is antiviral. Even with the flu and any cold and stuff to get any flu viruses out your body. I would tell y'all that. Go look it up and research it yourself, because y'all depending on them to get y'all dope y'all up, you're gonna continue to be sick, and you're just gonna continue to be spinning on the cycle of wheel of fortune cycle.
Yep,
Mm.
I agree.
People selfish. They don't care about the kid. Man, look, check this out. I know the data is not real, right? But see, it's all about perception, right? It's all about perceived as real. You know what I'm saying? When the media puts something out, they know it's lies and they know it's fake, but they know that people are groupthink, so they know they're going to perceive stuff a certain way. Just like I said, something could be a psyop, something could be fake, something could be staged. You see what I'm saying? But that's not the point. The point is, it's people perceive it as being real, so it might as well be real. It's a cold little thing, man. You know, they dig into our psyche. You see what I'm saying? It's not on the kids. A lot of kids don't know better. It's on the parent. So the thing is, it's not far-fetched that people were selling the kids to R. Kelly. It's not far-fetched that people were, you know what I'm saying, go on, girl, go on there and, you know, show R. Kelly what you got with, you know what I'm saying, with the vocals and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Make us rich. It's not far-fetched. You see what I'm saying? Because they're doing it with this. You see what I'm saying? It's all about them. You know what I'm saying? It's all about perception. It's all about fear mongering and fear-based programming. You see what I'm saying? And that fear-based programming, guess what? Now you got your pastors and you got your clergy with the FBI faith-based initiative coming in and siding with them and getting you to fearmonger even more. You see what I'm saying? We got to watch them too. We got to watch the clergy. I'm telling you, we know who sold us out: the clergy, and the politicians, right? You see what I'm saying? And it's funny because I'm not saying Adam Clayton Powell sold us out, but he was a clergy and he was a politician. That just goes to show. You see what I'm saying? The interchangeable and how these people intertwine. You see what I'm saying? Right. I mean, it's a crazy situation, man. You know what I'm saying? These people don't care about the kids at all. That's not the thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a doggy dog kind of society, and I see why they're pushing into this transhuman society with these smart cities coming, because people are willing to do and go along to do whatever they want to do it. People are willing to conform as long as, you know what I'm saying, as they feel safe, or there's a certain perception that they have that the media wants them to have about their safety. You see what I'm saying? So the perception could actually help. Perception could, you know what I'm saying? It molds and shapes views of shit. You see what I'm saying? It can make something that you see with your own eyes, you see what I'm saying, appear to be real. Appear to be fake. But it's funny because we're seeing stuff with our own eyes, and a lot of the stuff is fake.
But you know what's interesting? I think a lot of us are seeing it because we were given the opportunity during the past year, during this pandemic, to sit down and sit still. And so because we were given this opportunity to really like center ourselves and be still for a while, that's why we're seeing the facts that we're seeing. But you have to understand there's a lot of people out there who kept going throughout this whole pandemic the whole time, and they don't really see all the facts. Like, we have time to forward videos amongst ourselves and you know, bounce the facts off of each other, but there's a lot of people that are not seeing that. But one thing I wanted to bring up too, I was in a Clubhouse room the other day, and it was talking about, are you going to get your kids you know, jabbed? And there was a lot of parents that were afraid, but I don't have kids, but I went in there just to understand their fight, like what their experience is right now. And a lot of them were saying that they try to tell their kids the truth at home, but what's happening is these kids are going into the school and they're being indoctrinated in school. They're being told that you're the one, if you're not, you know, jabbed, that are holding us back. You're not going to have your freedoms. You're not going to this and that. These kids are also being peer pressured by the other students at school, telling them, hey, you know, why aren't you jabbed? What's wrong? Basically, what's wrong with you, like in your family? And then they have to experience this same conditioning through the TV, like the Sesame Street and everything we talked about. Like, these things the kids are now being bombarded with on every side with this indoctrination. So it's kind of like they haven't been able to really fully get all the adults that they want to. So now they are strategically targeting the kids. So that's another thing. And I heard it straight from the parents, you know, that this is their fight right now.
Right. No,
Hmm.
excuse me, miss. Do you plan? Because these are conversations we need to be having. Like you said, are you planning on having kids in the future? And these
I
future
don't know.
generations, are they planning on having children, bringing into this world?
I, you know what? I have to have a husband to be able to do that, and I don't know if that's gonna happen. So I just have to keep it real. I don't know. Um, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I know for myself, if I did, I wouldn't
Hmm.
be thinking about giving them to Larry Holmes or jabbing them at all at this point. I don't even think I'd be having a baby in a hospital. I think that I would be having my baby at home. Like, I don't think I'd be giving a social
Mm.
security number. I don't think I'd be doing a birth
Ooh.
certificate. I'd get a certificate of live birth, which I found out on Clubhouse the other day is totally different. uh,
Hmm.
a certification of live birth versus a birth certificate, which makes you an actual not entity. I don't know the actual word legally that it makes you like a
Hmm.
corporation in the United States. But I think I would go that route. So I've really been questioning that. You know what I mean? Like, how would I do that and get around this system? Like, I don't even feel that this is, it's kind of like what the Bible says in the last days, it would be a woe unto a woman to give birth during these turbulent times. I really do feel like that. I feel like this is only going to get worse. It's not like they're not going to be gunning for your children, because they are. And so I just feel a fear. You know what I mean? Well,
Hmm.
let me not say that. I fear nothing, and I fear no man. I don't feel a fear. That was the wrong word. I just feel um I don't know. I just feel like I probably am just waiting a bit longer. You know what I mean?
Now let me ask you a
I
question. I
agree.
may this ain't part of the platform, but we can get it. We can get it. We can have a discussion in the future. But just a thought. You, as a so-called black woman, melanated here on this planet, do you feel unprotected by your so-called the black man, or do you feel, yeah, do you feel unprotected? I know that's a deep conversation. You ain't got
Honestly,
to answer, but just a thought.
no.
Just a thought.
Of course I'm gonna answer it. I'm on this platform to answer these questions. No question is too hard for me. Listen, I don't
All
think
right.
that I
All right.
I don't think that I can miss anything that I've never had. And it's very unfortunate because I love my people very much. But I've never had that. And so one of the issues, and I'm not trying to speak for all Hebrew women, but what I will say is that um, you know, for me, we've all had to be extremely strong. But the
Hmm.
truth of the matter is, you know what I mean? As women, I don't think that we were created to have to be like that, but that's the way that we have had to be in this society, in the situations with the hands that we've been dealt. So for me, no, to answer your question, no, I don't. I haven't, but it doesn't stop. I think it hinders the movement of what
Hmm.
needs to be done, but you have to keep moving. Yeah.
You know why? Because I answered that question. Because I be having conversations with me and some other people. We just talking, man, and throwing stuff off the wall and seeing.
Yeah.
And it came. I was like, that's why I always say it's all hands on deck. Definitely for us as black melanated people, copper, carbon people, whatever.
Yep.
Because we too far behind the eight ball that we need all hands on deck. We need our women to whatever position they need to play in this system, and the men have to play the position in this system, and we have to work together because we don't have an option of saying that the man is the head no more. We don't have that option, so we got to play the hand that we've dealt to even get back on a fair ground. You know what I mean? On a level playing field. So we need our women, like you said, to make. They may have to play a certain role, and we're gonna have to play our role too. And we're gonna have to figure that out moving forward. If we want to continue to be considered a nation, which we definitely ain't no damn nation. We just some scattered mother suckers right now. But
Mm.
you know what I
Exactly.
mean? And we're
Yeah.
gonna have to
Shaq.
rewrite.
Big
I'm
Shaq.
serious. I mean, if
Ooh.
you really want
And
to
all
get
of that
down
was
to the nitty
prophesied,
gritty,
so it's not like it's new. It's not like that's new. God said that's what what was going to happen to us. And a lot of times
Mm-hmm.
we want to get into Egyptian spirituality and all these different things, which is the reason that we're even in this country in the first place and scattered. Let's talk about that. The fact that he told us that if we kept doing that, we were going to be sent into slavery. That's
Right.
exactly what he said was going to happen. And whether you believe it or not, I know what you're saying. But the truth of the matter, I always have to bring the spiritual to it. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot gather scattered people without him. You cannot have a movement that's powerful and undefeated without him. It was him that got us up out of Egypt. It will be him that gets up out of the land of this captivity. And that's where I hear what you're saying and I feel your heart because I'm in the same place. But there's only one way to get there. And see, the problem with my people is that they don't want to humble themselves before God that's invisible that they cannot see.
Mm.
And the truth of the matter is you must do that. That's why I told the testimony that I told on my channel, because see, it's so powerful. And I know people shy away from the power that I hold because they're like, man, it sounds mystical. It sounds crazy. Like I ascended up into a heaven. Do you understand what I'm telling you? And that's why I can't go back into corporate America. I can't do it. You can't see those type of things and be normal anymore. That's what I'm trying to say is that that's the answer to get us out of where we are. That's the answer to defeat these oppressors and to kill what we're going through, if that makes sense.
Mm, mm,
What you think about that, Frank?
mm. Who y'all both spin some darts. So, y'all both spin some darts. And then the thing is, you like I was saying earlier, man, these societies, I'm telling you, these societies, boy, that they hinder us a lot. The CBC, people like that, these politicians hinder us a lot because what other group, you see what I'm saying, doesn't fight for the people? What other group, sells their people out? You see what I'm saying? You see what other group, lets lobbyists buy them, you know what I'm saying? And just thinks about the money that they get from the lobbyists and not think about, you know what I'm saying, anything contributing towards their people. Us, you know what I'm saying? No other group but us. You see what I'm saying? That right there,
Hey, yo.
that's a problem. That's a problem.
Hey.
What up?
Pull up the interview with the guy from the security guard.
Who you trying to figure out from what?
Hey, Bernard, you ever watch you ever watch Next Day Air?
That's what most
Nah,
with Mike Epps in there.
Hey, look, man, I need to be like the tortoise in the hair right now because this shit. Hey, look, I'm dealing with a bunch of tortoises and we're gonna be like the hares in a minute.
While you're looking it up, something I just wanted to share real quick. I'm not meaning to cut you off, but I just noticed this today. I was noticing a sign at one of the office buildings I was at, and there was an office in there that said Jewish interest-free loans. And I looked it up and Googled what it was, right? And I said to my mom, I said, can you imagine if we had this? Can you imagine? And then my mom said, but we can't get together enough to establish something like this. I said, if my people if we were able to provide interest-free loans for our people, think about all of the things we could do. And she said it's because we're not gathering. But then I came back and said, I don't think so. I think that the system prevents us from doing it. I said, because they get so much money from the government to be able to do that, to be able to provide such a service for the people. And not only that, they were given reparations for the pain and suffering they endured. We were given nothing. We were given nothing, but the Bible said we will be given nothing for what we went through. It said that too. People don't want to read it.
We also everything was taken and stripped too. I mean, they
Sure
stripped
was.
and stripped you down butt
Language,
naked.
everything.
Yeah, your language, your heritage,
Everything.
your culture, your everything, the way you look. They talked
That's
about you,
why.
made you
That's
hate the
why
way
I
you
told
look, your
Lady.
hair.
Hey, look.
You know what I mean?
That's
Everything,
why
your
I
lips.
told Becky last
Everything.
week. That's why I told Becky last week I don't want no parts of you.
BJ burnt out. BJ, I feel you though, man. BJ turned her down, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, BJ.
I feel you, man.
He said, nah.
But listen, I just want to say too that I want you all, to understand that you are all anomalies in this world today. Like there's not very many of you that will actually say what King BJ just said. You understand that, right?
Right.
I hope you understand that because there's a lot of men who have taken the you know they're just buying into this society and the agenda.
They took the Jim Jones.
So yes, they've taken the Jim Jones. So that's why I'm just saying it's such a breath of fresh air to be around men that have that type of thought process because we are being the change every day that we want to see in the world and amongst our people.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate you saying that about us, man, because you got Cynthia G's, you got, what I'm saying, you got this some broad talk about, she literally wrote a book on how to get a white man and shit. And it's funny how she words lose the attitude. So
Yeah.
so the thing is, we appreciate you saying that, man. You know what I'm saying? And on both fronts, man. It's not a lot of race pride. You see what I'm saying? Not a lot of pride on our end. It's funny when sometimes we look at Mexican people or wherever, certain people, when they say brown pride or white pride, wherever the fuck. But it's just like maybe we're looking at them funny. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that we ain't got it and shit, dude. Maybe it's something in our subconscious mind and shit that lets us know and shit that we don't have it. You see what I'm saying? And makes we maybe feel a little bit insecure over it. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, as grown adults, man, we got to really get over some of these insecurities and some of these things, man, and put our money where our mouth is. You see what I'm saying? Wealth, we got to get on the wealth tip. You know what I'm saying? We got to start.
Well, we got the people.
And get on the
we got the people in place, Frank. That's got the wealth, like she said. But this
we
thing
spend
about
it. We spend it every year, though,
Mexicans,
dude. We spend the
we
wealth.
got
We
'em.
spend wealth every year on Christmas, on all these on holidays.
Peep
That's
this,
what
though.
it is. That's why Joe
We
Biden
do.
is
We
holding that
spinners.
shit back to
Peep
January.
this. You see somebody up and struggling, you want to, like I said, you see somebody with a business, something struggling, or need to go to college or something. Why these people can't? Why we got to go to the government and try to get grants when we know they don't want to do it? If we got people that's making money, so-called black leaders and stuff, but the Jesse Jacksons, the Al Sharptons, all these money, even the Judge Joe Browns, I'm gonna throw his name in there too because he want to be a so-called black leader too. But why these people don't give out what's the name, like she said? Why they don't take the initiative to give out loans, low interest rate loans to up and coming people, business, starving small
Not
business
even
people,
low
so
interest
we
rate,
can
Shaq. No interest. Make sure you say that.
no interest,
No
yeah, no interest.
interest.
Good point, man.
Prospects, people that's trying to not people that's bombing on trying to bomb the money, people that's
Right.
actually need to use the money that can't get that opportunity,
Yeah,
that funding. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That investment to invest into a business or some type of schooling or something for us to be more productive in this
And all I
society, man. Citizens.
all I
You know what
can
I mean?
think about is they have a safety net. They have a safety net to go to in hard times. They can go there and get they don't have to go to the government. It's the Little Hat Society. They can go right to their brother or sister at the Little Hat Society
Right.
and get that. Guess this is another thing. Check this out. I was just talking to a woman the other day. She's retirement age, right? She said she once was married to a little hat man back when she was younger, but she divorced the man. She said, I don't really have anywhere to go. I didn't really save a whole lot. And I said, well, so what are you going to do? She said, I am going to go back to the synagogue and act as if I never left, start paying my dues, and they will give me entrance into a little hat society to stay in after my retirement. So check this out. They don't even have to worry about like assisted living or retirement homes because they have a whole system where you can go into ones that they have built and that they fund and that they have workers that support. So, like, even our elderly, right? Even our elderly would be taken care of. So, these are like all the things like these churches should be doing. You know how much money we give to these churches, and they're supposed to be taking care of orphans and elderly. That's how in the synagogue, the little hat people are doing it, but we are not. That's another thing.
All right.
Look at
The
LA.
jig is up now. That's my new thing. That's my new goal. I'm going
Yeah.
after them. The jig is up now. It's time for you to pay back into the people, dog. No questions there. All these big churches and all these motherfuckers, these big talking, prolific talking, these intellectual masturbators. It's time to get back to the people, baby.
Yes.
The people done funded y'all enough. Time to get back now. The jig is up, baby.
The
The
jig is up.
jig is up.
Look at LA. Look at LA. Look at New York. You know what I'm saying? I'm out in California right now. You know what I'm saying? You go to LA, man. You know, church on every corner. You know what I'm saying? It might not be exactly like how Lawrence Fishburne said with a gun on every corner and stuff like that. A lot of those gun stores aren't really there no more. But we did find some how in some way to get these guns by via crate or a train. You see what I'm saying? And then the thing is, you know what I'm saying? There's liquor stores on every corner, churches on every corner. No solutions. You see what I'm saying? They wonder why poverty is there. They wonder why crime's there. They talk. It's funny. You know what I'm saying? People talk about certain groups in the community. You know what I'm saying? When they're only 10%, right? But this is the thing. But these other people and other groups in the community are a bigger percentage than the people committing crimes, right? But they're not helping. You see what I'm saying? What are these pastors and the preachers doing, man? What are these clergies doing, man? They looking sharp. They got the Rolls Royce. And see, that's the whole point with the mega church. The mega church is not to get a lot of followings. Oh, it is. My bad. It is to get a lot of followings. It is to get a lot of followings so you get a lot of dollars. The more people you get, the more, you know what I'm saying, that they contribute to the offering plate, the more money you get. And you got another church that has another 50,000 members. Boom, you double up. You see what I'm saying? So we get sold out, man. We get played. We get played like Shaq said, why they get played on every level. You see what I'm saying? These people are not investing in us because they're invested in themselves. That's what these Masonic, these organizations is about. It's a brotherhood. It's not a brotherhood with us. You see what I'm saying? They're pitching and they're giving it to each other. Saying like Jim Clyburn said a lot, man, when he said, you know what I'm saying, when they asked, Joe Biden or whatever the people, whatever before Joe Biden got in, they asked what he wanted to, you know what I'm saying, the Democratic Party do for them or whatever. He said nothing. He said, they don't got to do nothing for, you know what I'm saying? They ain't got to do nothing for me. Shit, my family, me and my family is straight. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's the selfish kind of mentality that we got as a people, man. See what I'm saying? Now, I can understand women being selfish, you know what I'm saying? But being selfish, you're supposed to be selfless as a man, not selfish. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, these I don't trust them. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust, and you know what? I don't trust none of these black people on any of these sides, Democrat or Republican. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
as
you know
long as
what?
they have the secret societies, they're gonna keep selling us out, man.
You know what, Frank? Well, I'm gonna ask Miss Daughter. Did you used to go to like the actual church institution, like go to the churches
Let me
before this
tell you.
pandemic stuff
Oh,
kicked off?
very interesting that you asked. I was born and raised in it. I went several times a week. I went to
Uh-huh.
religious school growing up. So I was really heavily indoctrinated in a lot of those things. But one thing I
Mm-hmm.
learned, I didn't learn until I became an adult. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't meet God, the real one, not the fake one of the church. I didn't meet
Mm.
the real God of this universe and the entire globe until I was an adult. And I always knew something was interesting about me, but I knew something was like off, but I just didn't know. God had really chose me from the time that before I got
Mm-hmm.
here. But at the end of the day, they didn't teach me that. I didn't learn it from them because they don't know him. That is what I came to know is that they don't know him. Because if they knew him, they wouldn't play with his name the way they do. They'd be terrified of him, and they wouldn't be dancing around acting a fool. You know, because I'm gonna tell you, when you meet him, you're not gonna have no question that you met him. Not whatsoever. All those stories in the Bible that talk about him, he's exactly like that. And once you meet it, you can never go back to. I can't go back to smoking blunts no more. I can't, even if I
Mm.
want to.
Right,
All of
right,
those things I
Mm.
used to do, I
right.
can't even do anymore because I met him. So yes, I used to be in church, but he brought me out of it completely.
And the church is like like you said, the actual institution, and not necessarily the church is within inside of you, the
Well,
house
he
inside of you that
well,
you.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Well, when you listen to the teachings of Jesus, which we know that wasn't his name is Yeshua or, Yahushua,
Right.
because there was no J, we know that. But when you listen to his teachings, he said,
Mhm.
the kingdom that I come from is not a kingdom made by hands of man. It's not in a building. He said it in
Mm.
so many different words, in so many
Right.
different ways. He basically was telling you, I'm not about that life in the four walls. I'm in
You know why?
spirit.
You know why? You
Yeah.
know why?
Facts. Facts.
Because that's just that's material. That's a costume. Just like people throw that costume on and
Yes.
pretend, like you say, and throw the that's the That's the mask.
And check this out.
That's the mask.
Yes, and after Moshe, he killed a man, right? And he fled, he was a murderer, and he fled into the desert. The Bible teaches us that God found him in the desert and he showed up as a burning bush. It doesn't matter where you are. The purpose of the story was really just saying it doesn't matter who you are, where you are. You can have an individual relationship with God. And once you meet him, you don't need a teacher anymore. That's Bible. That's not me. That's Bible. So the goal is to meet him, to get to know him, and then you don't need a preacher. You don't need a teacher. You have God.
Yeah, that's the middle. Yeah, I guess he's supposed to be our middleman to God and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're not doing no drug dealing and shit. We're supposed to be getting spiritual and shit. And supposed to be getting to know him and shit. You know, and it's the thing. You know, I remember I was going to churches, a couple of them, man. You know what I'm saying? I just thought, you know, it's a lot of times a real fake vibe from the people in there, man. It's a fashion. It's like school on the first day and shit, man, or junior high school.
Yeah.
It's a fashion concert and shit, or fashion show and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not about learning and shit, and it's not about learning the word of God in church and shit. It's about moving around. You know what I'm saying? You see you know, about the pastor hitting on everybody see. You know what I mean? About the pastor getting it, killing it. You know what I'm saying? With his Rolls Royce, while you killing it on trying to pay these bills, which are you know what I'm saying? 1995 a Honda Accord. You know what I mean? It's a crazy little incident, man. These people, you know, it's all about a selfish kind of thing. You know, they got us, you know what I'm saying, in a selfish kind of mind state about ourselves, period. All point blank, period. You see what I'm saying? They got us to where we're so used to not helping each other out and to where we don't want to do it. You see what I'm saying? We're so used to not wanting to do something. We don't want to do it. We're not going to do it. You see what I'm saying? And we got us, you know, we're very reactionary people instead of proaction. You know what I'm saying? And it's a crazy situation that we in, man, you know. But like I said, you know, go to LA, go to places like New York, go to Harlem, you see churches on the corner, and it's a fucked up situation. Just like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of these democratic states, man, you got, you know, it's a fucked up situation, a lot of crime, a lot of bullshit, a bullshit ass mayor, you know what I'm saying, bullshitting around, preferably a black bullshit ass mayor. You know what I'm saying?
What's up with drinking the blood, man? What's up with drinking this blood?
You said, man, you know, it's crazy, man.
Mr. Sure. What's up with drinking this blood, though?
Drinking what blood?
Yeah. In church, when they have people drinking that blood, eating that cracker, coming the blood of Jesus.
I think that's
well, first
Catholics,
well,
right?
yeah, and a lot of these things came down from Catholicism, which is a false religion. And you know, like the teachings of Yeshua, he said, never call a man father. See, he was very prolific and prophetic. And people didn't understand when he walked the earth what the heck he was saying, because he was so above them. And that's why the Bible says his mind is not like ours. So the first time he speaks to us, half of the time you don't even know he spoke, and you're confused. Like I get dreams and visions from him all the time. And I just made a video the other day, and where I said, I don't know why you chose me for this, because I don't understand what the heck you're saying most of the time. I just get frustrated. That's just the way he is. But what he was, you know, they didn't understand him. But going back to Catholicism, which is a fake religion, he said, don't call any man father. He was prophesying. He was basically saying there's going to come a time where there will be a church and an organization that will say, you know, put your trust in the Father. Call the priest your father, and confess your sins to the Father. But he is your father. That's what he said. You don't have any other father. There is no other father. That's why he said, don't call any man father. I'm your father. So he was telling you right then that religion is fake. Don't buy into it. So that hopefully that answers your question.
Man, I think that's
I'm
just
I'm just asking the question for people that's, you know, that's because if you don't if you ain't figured out by now that, hey, that ain't the way to go necessarily. I mean, because this pandemic shows you. Did nobody in the church trust in none of them the guys that they were saying that they were ordained by?
Exactly.
Ordained by who? You didn't trust nothing.
Look at a bitch.
They didn't trust anything. And when he walked the earth, he didn't say go to your local witch doctor. He said you know, do you have the faith that I can do what you're asking me to do? And the people said, yeah, I do. I seen you do it. And he did it. And that's the God I know. I know him to be like that. So I don't know the fake God they talk about. I know the real one. That when I pray, he really does move for real, for real. So I don't know what they talking about.
I should have. Oh man, whoo! Shaq said something. That dude, these motherfuckers don't care. They don't care, dude. They don't care. Okay, I just said the kids. People don't care about the kids. Look, fuck it. I'll go even go on a higher limb. People don't care about God. People don't care about. People don't really care about no faith, dude. My bad. I should have said it better. People don't have faith. They have faith in this shit. You know what I'm saying? The JAB, you know, the Larry Holmes, that's who the faith is in. The pharmaceutical company, you know what I'm saying? That's faith is in. Shit, hell. It's funny, the pharmaceutical company is lobbying for you know what I'm saying, for these candidates and shit, but motherfucking regular people were lobbying for the motherfucking pharmaceutical companies by taking this shit and making these motherfuckers that much more richer.
But you know what's interesting? The Bible said all of that. He said that we would be confused by their sorcery. Sorcery means their pharmakia. Sorcery, when you look at the Hebrew language, means pharmakia, which we get pharmacies, which means medicines. He said everything that we're going through, he already said that that's what the father of lies does. So that's why I can't listen to Fauci, because I know that he is a son of Satan, because all he does is lie. That's all they do is lie.
Speaking of that,
can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go Shaq.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let me add to what she just said with the sorcery. Now we got people that we call educated or all this, right? Intelligent people that will definitely take science, 100% science over nature, the nature. Herbs. They don't want to mess with the herbs. They'll call that sorcery. But you would take a man-made drugs over boy. The mind blow is deep. The mind blow is deep, buddy. Tell you that right now.
So speaking of this, this shit, I'm gonna play this from this Astroworld, the security guard from this Astroworld, Travis Scott little incident real quick, man.
And I haven't seen this. Yeah, I haven't seen this.
Let me see what he talking about, man. Let me see the little. BJ, you still there? What? You still up?
He's probably sleeping.
Night.
I was hired by CSC to work the Astro Festival. I was hired a few days.
Well, you know what? Wait, you know what? I hope I don't get fair. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Fair Use Act of the 1976. You know what I'm saying? I'm using this for copyright, for material purposes only. You know what I'm saying? Content purposes only, y'all. So I don't know about TMZ, but let's go. Hopefully it'll be all good.
It was pretty vague exactly what the roles would be. The day before Astroworld, I completed the orientation and the training for the process. And when I arrived on Friday morning around 7 a.m., they were still pretty vague. They didn't really tell us what we would be doing. They just issued us our uniform, our jackets. You do have to take a state licensing exam for a level 2 security officer. However, the training for that was extremely brief. It was an open book test. The teacher, he was actually giving us the answers as we were going through the books ourselves and trying to hurry up and fill out the answers. This was the night before Astroworld, and it was already approaching 11 p.m. We had been there for 3 or 4 hours. We were tired, we were hungry. After I checked in with CSC and as we walked the perimeter, I just knew that we were definitely understaffed in every sense of the word. There was probably one security guard from what I saw. I would say there was probably one security guard for every 500 to 1,000 people, severely understaffed. So I knew immediately that if 2 people decided to rush the gate, then it was over with. Well, after I initially mentioned my displeasure with working the front gates, the supervisor, he mentioned that there might be another position that I'd be interested in. And then he mentioned that it would still be a security type role, which I really didn't have any real training in. So I just decided it would be best to just leave and to just not work the festival altogether, because I just had the feeling that I would be in unsafe conditions. the day of, I know that there were several other people that said that they wanted to walk out and leave. I didn't stick around and see if they actually left, but I'm sure there are several others who are very unhappy with the entire situation.
But this is my level of expertise here, people.
Oh yeah, you security, huh?
He's a buster. He telling no, I was playing. But no, he correct with the level two. Level two, like you said, in certain states, different terminology. But level two is considered a non-commission. Commission. Level three is a commission where you can commission is firearm. I mean you got you got a firearm position. When you consider security guards, ain't too many security guards is armed. So you unarmed. So that means you non-commissioned. That means level two. That means you just really out there to observe and report. But still, through the training, you're still supposed to and I don't know if you mentioned it through the training, you're still supposed to have first aid and CPR certification. They're supposed to certify them in CPR, which don't take them much but what? Maybe a 4-hour class, maybe, for CPR, if that, to get trained and certified. And yes, with the level two security officer training in certain states, it's pretty simple because you're just watching videos and you're taking tests, like you said, just to get certified. Because the only thing you're doing is using your all your 6 senses, right? You're using your smell. You're supposed to be able to smell, see, hear, because you're up to observe and report. That's your main thing, is to observe and report. Your daily duty is to just observe and report. But they should have. I don't know if they had CPR. They definitely should have CPR training and all that stuff, especially going to an event like that. That's you around the public. So I don't know, but whatever the company went through, I don't know.
You know, I once, in the earlier part of my career, before I became a corporate investigator, I led security teams. And the interesting thing about it is that they were severely understaffed for 50,000 people in one place. The layout, because there's people that plan those layouts, and whoever planned that layout first, they shouldn't have been standing on cement. They should have been on grass or on a lawn. They were on cement. That's the first problem. The second thing is you didn't have any good routes to get the EMS or the paramedics into the crowd, which was problem number two. You didn't have adequate water, because when I found out how much water they had in the supply to get to the people, there wasn't enough. It was a recipe for disaster. From the very beginning, you had so many people break through the entryway, and they ran into, this is all on camera, they ran into the concert. So you had enough people and power to burst through security and to just ambush the place. It started off wrong. And if I was over security, as soon as they ambushed the place, I would have shut it down and everybody out right now. Everybody out right now. No concert will begin until there's order, period. And so you have to reestablish things like that. And so I think things like that was just a problem. It just seems like whoever was over security, everything was just wrong. Fire marshal should have really shut it down.
And definitely, fire marshal should have been on scene, because you had that many people with that at that level, and that the so-called medical this plan that we in definitely should have had those procedures and protocols. Man, now my question would be, for this guy, this Astroworld concert, and Travis Scott, is this the consistency of his concerts? Is this the behavior of his concerts? What they do? Because for information, he incites the people from the crowd to get crazy and go crazy, and they do crazy
That's what
things.
I
People
read.
climbing up on things and jumping down on the ground and falling. So I don't think this was none out of the ordinary. This is what what they come to the concert to do.
Yep.
Free range to do stuff like that.
I read that he was a rave performer. Raves is what he likes. RAVE, raves. So raves is that head busting music. That he likes the violence and inciting that. I actually saw a post today on Instagram. from a post after one of his concerts, and I think was it 2015 or maybe it was later, maybe it was 2018, where there was someone took a picture of a guy who had passed out or whatever, and Travis posted it on his account and said, I guess you didn't make it or something. It was just so insensitive of this
Right.
guy who he didn't know if he was passed out or dead or whatever, but it seemed like he found joy in that person's image being put out there like a dead body at his concert. So this is not new. I think it goes back, you bring up a great point, that he incites this type of activity, so he got exactly what he conjured up.
Right. Well, people went to that. It's fanatics. That's what they are, fanatics. That's what they go to those concerts for, his and other artists' concerts for. They know the behavior of it. That's what they go there for.
Yeah.
That security dude
Thanks for
though.
calling them fanatics.
Yeah, they are fanatics. That's what they are.
Yeah.
But that security dude, when he was talking about the way he was so nonchalant, talking about, they gave us the answer to the test. Yeah, they do that. But why is you throwing that out? Like you wanted the job, so you accepted the job. You went through the terms. You could just accept the job to get paid. You know what I mean?
Motherfucker would say that when
everybody
you
want
got
to
that
15
job.
minutes of fame.
And
Yeah, you know
nobody's
the
gonna
conditions.
listen to him. He was only working for a day. No one's gonna listen to him. Like you're not a respected source on this type of information. You took a written test and then you got a job for a day. You were booked for a day, homie.
Right.
Nobody looks at you as like a professional expert. I mean,
right. You was there to observe and report, player. That's all.
Exactly.
You was just there to observe and report. Respectful. You said you're a security guard. You're not a security officer. You're not a security specialist. You just hey, you're not a private investigator. You're not a, you know what I mean? You know.
Put this
Shaq,
badge on
that's
and
what it
just
is.
tell people where to go.
I gotta ask you a question, Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so what is the procedure with kids? You know what I'm saying? With kids a certain age and concerts like that, in places like that.
Well,
where
I've
it's
never been in the concert
alcohol
environment.
drink.
You probably asked Miss Yeshua. She said she was into. You ever been to did security on high level for
I
concerts
have.
like that?
I have all the way up into
Enlighten us.
high levels of corporate, but honestly, I don't know what the law was in Texas, because it depends upon the laws in each state. Now, I've worked in California, and which is very much so lenient than Georgia. But I was shocked that a 9-year-old would have been able to go to a concert like this, where obviously the type of music, the environment, the drugs, all of that stuff, like I wouldn't think a 9-year-old would have been permitted. But I don't know what Texas law is. I haven't looked into that. And I've had a lot of security for worked security for concerts, for everything from mall type stuff to amusement parks to all types of stuff.
Right.
So I mean, it just depends, but that situation just seems really weird to me. 14 years old, 9 years
I'm
old.
about to play that one right now. BJ, okay,
Yeah.
BJ, what you think, man? I know you tap back in, BJ. What you think, man? I know you got a little bit of a little bit. You got a lot of expertise in this field too. What you think about this, BJ? With the age range and everything. BJ, you up? Or did you go to the refrigerator real quick?
I'm like what Mr. Sure like said with that age. I don't understand why any kids under 18 was at the was there. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't understand
went
why
to a Wu-Tang
18
concert. I never seen no fucking little 14-year-olds at no Wu-Tang concert, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
This was kind of like allowing children to go to a Woodstock event. And we know what happened at Woodstock, because this is an outdoor type of concert. And you think about the type of music. Why would a child even be there? Why? So yeah, that's my question.
Because the title, are they coming for the baby? That's the thing. They're not just coming. They're not just trying to come for with the jet with that Larry Holmes. You know what I'm saying? They're coming for with us before the babies in different aspects, the music too. You know what I'm saying? We seen how Cardi B froze up. She didn't want her baby to listen to that little Treasure, whatever the little girl's name is. She didn't want her to listen to that, right?
Culture. Her name's Culture.
Treasure, Culture. I don't know what you know what I'm saying. whatever, man. Look, so she didn't want that little girl to listen to that, right? See that just right there, but she Cardi B, I kind of, well, I respect that. I don't respect her, but at the same time, that's hypocritical, right? But see that's the thing. Well, at least Cardi B had enough sense to not let her, you know what I'm saying? Even though she's ratchet, yeah, she had enough sense to not to let her daughter listen to that, especially even at that young age. But you know that kids like that, especially 2-3 years old, still really impressionable. Even though they just still learning to talk, they can still pick up on everything. That's why kids them at them toddler ages can learn multiple languages at one time.
Yep, and that teaches you right there. She acts as if she's super wretched and ghetto and a gang member and trashy and all this stuff. But really, in actuality, is she, or is it an act? Because she clearly cleaned up her act when a child walked in the room.
And when she be on the Latino Grammys, you know what I'm saying? When they be on them motherfuckers, they do not act ratchet like that, dude. When they on those motherfucking Telemundo joints and shit, they don't act like that, dude. They get right along with their shit, start speaking Spanish and start rolling their R's and shit and everything, dude. You know what I'm saying?
So, let me ask y'all a question about this, since we kind of on this kind of the Cardi B thing. Did y'all bring the topic up about Halle Berry and Cardi B supposed to be doing a full woman's like hip hop album? Did y'all hear something about that?
Wait,
I promise. I
said
promise
Halle
you.
Berry?
Halle Berry and Cardi B. Halle Berry and Cardi B supposed to be doing a full all women's hip hop album. Nothing but hip hop for women. I think
women. The devil is a liar. I think the devil is a liar. But let me tell you something. Just yesterday, I did see Halle Berry hugged up on Lil Ma. Is it Lil Ma or
Little M.A.
Ma?
Young M.A.
Young M.A. Thank you for the correction. And I thought,
young man. We just call her young man. Call her that. Call her that, or the person. My bad. I don't want to get nothing with YouTube. So I'll just say the person. You know.
But I saw that and I just thought to myself, what in the world is going on? And there was one video that surfaced recently of Halle Berry, and it was Kobe Bryant. He had ran over to the sidelines to talk to the ref, and the look that she gave Kobe at the time, I had never seen anything like it. But that little bit of what I saw let me see Halle Berry is much different than what she has led on to be publicly. So anyway, I'll move on from that and just say that, wow, what in the world is that going to sound like?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Frank, did you get
the nobody listens to that bullshit, though. You know.
Did you get that? I sent you some in your DMs on Instagram earlier today. I'm scrolling, and it said in Houston, the stud women in Houston are getting their beards. They're getting beards like James Harden. You gotta look at that,
joke.
Dude.
I don't know. Right now. I have no clue. But you gotta go to your.
Can I share something about that real quick? I just want to be honest. When I moved back to Atlanta, I think it was like my second week here. And I was getting some gas at the gas station, and here comes this van pulling up on the pump that's right next to me. And out gets this person. And the person walks up to me, and I'm looking, and I'm like, this person is dressed like a man, but it's a woman. But the thing that, and this person came up to me, it was just like, basically trying to holler, but I could not take my eyes off the beard. I could not take my eyes off the beard. It's the weirdest thing, and I don't understand why. Like, if you want to be gay or if you want to be a lesbian, just be that, But it was so weird to me that I know that you're a woman. You're just dressed as a dude, but you have a beard. That used to be in a circus. A bearded lady used to be in a circus. Like, that's a weird thing. But I just thought that was so weird. I just wanted to speak to that. And I just thought it just made me feel so weird. And I knew, and that was my second week back home, but I knew that I was back in Atlanta when that happened. Only stuff like that happens in Atlanta.
And they be trying to strong on you women. They be trying to strong on you women strong shit worse than us men. Real men.
Yeah, because
we talk about that. Them stats. These stats, see, this is the thing, dude. The motherfuckers don't want to talk about this shit, right? See, the motherfucking high stats and shit, the domestic violence stats is high among motherfucking police.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
And the motherfucking dykes, right? Or am I saying it politically correct and shit? Amongst the motherfuckers and shit, right? So them two groups and shit, you know what I'm saying? But see, you don't never see, and that's why these swirlers, they talk all that bullshit and shit, and it's motherfucking LGBT YXZ, right? The black motherfuckers got to realize y'all motherfuckers are y'all seen as black. You're not seen or so-called black. You're not seen as, then that's it. You feel what I'm saying? Motherfuckers ain't gonna even know that you fucking, you know what I'm saying, that you gay and shit unless you fucking dress. I don't know, dude. I don't even know. So that's my thing and shit. You see what I'm saying? You know, and the thing is, they think that that's like they can hide being black by being that shit, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like a
by being LGBTQ.
dude.
Like you saying by being LGBT, you can hide being black.
No, I said they can hide. They could. They're trying to. A lot of those motherfuckers try to like pretend like trying to like take that to try to be something else. Okay, you know, you know, I'm you know what I'm saying, I'm oppressed or whatever, so and so I'm gonna be this and shit. It's some weird shit, some weird shit with that. But I mean, there's some motherfuckers that have been molested and all that shit and all that too and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like women and shit. I'm not gonna doubt that and shit. So you know, I'm not even gonna front on that. So I think that a lot of that happened too, and I guess turns them like that or whatever the case is. But you see what I'm saying? You know, my thing is, man, you know what I'm saying? Like you just said, if you're gonna be that, man. You know what I mean? But see, they're going along with that agenda because you know what I mean. That's what we do. You see what I'm saying? We be some of the trendiest motherfuckers, and we'll say that that's our culture. No, that's not our culture. That's a subculture that motherfuckers created that we adopted because we're so motherfucking entertainment minded and not fucking critical thinking that we adapt that fucking entertainment culture, motherfucker. What's else? Trendiness. That's all us. Just like the jab right now. That's trendy. We're on.
Well, I would say
this.
The only reason that I ever say be whatever it is that you're being, okay, is because I never in my entire life want anyone to tell me that I can't worship my God. I don't want you to ever open your mouth to tell me that I cannot proclaim who I am. And so that's why I say, you know, that's my argument. Because a lot of times when I open my mouth, a lot of them cower because of the message that I have. But my message is also don't ever try to tread on me, period. Because I will always be who I am. And so I want you to choose your side and stand boldly on that side. You understand? Don't cower. Stand boldly on the side you're on. And I mean that because there's a separation between me and who I am and you. And I just want that to be established. So that's why I say it.
You know what?
That's what she looked like, but it wasn't that full. It wasn't that full. It was kind of spotty, like she was going to get the treatments to get it like that. But when I tell you that's just a weirdness to me, because I'm gonna tell you right now, we've got men who have, you know, the breast and all this, and they got it augmented that most men don't even know that it is a man. So, you know, I fall back. I digress.
Right. Well, like I said, with some of this is what I think. With some of us, as the so-called black folks here, we have been so damaged and tramped on and discouraged, and that we reaching out for someone to just a group to be with, somebody to see us, somebody to include us, and sometimes psychologically we I don't know, man. We crying out for someone to see us, to hear us, and to include us. You know what I mean? That's why we go into some of these groups and enhance these democratic groups, some of these LGBT groups, some church groups. All this, anything that we think that we can grab a hold to, and be included, and feel we can be included and be something in it.
He said, you kind of said what you said. What I said kind of earlier, but you articulated a little bit better. It's about trying to belong and fit in. You feel what I'm saying? These motherfuckers are trying to belong and fit into this. You know what I'm saying? That's that's what the Harlem Renaissance was about too. A lot of people don't know that was a big gay movement up in the 20s and shit. Or was it 20s, 30s or something like that in Harlem? So a lot of people don't know that Ella Fitzgerald and a lot of them was participating in a lot of that stuff too. You see what I'm saying? And they're not they're not gonna tell you that. You feel what I'm saying?
But going even further back than the Harlem Renaissance, that type of lifestyle historically did not come from our people or our history, but instead it came from the time of like Aristotle and all of them. Like, back then that had no, actually we can go even further than that. I mean, these types of things were happening in biblical times in Sodom and Gomorrah. So at the end of the day, they've always been, there's always been just things that are presented that are backwards to nature. They've always been. But at the end of the day, I can't say that nothing makes it right. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to tread on someone that chooses to live the way they choose to live, because I don't want them to say not a thing to me.
But you ain't lying. Right. So speaking of weirdness, you know what I'm saying? We got this dude Silly Porter right here, right on Sesame Street, right? And see, this the thing, man. That's why a lot of how we say kids should have phones and social media. I think a lot of these parents shouldn't have social media either. It's like one big person to watch over these adults too, man. A lot of these adults need supervision too, because they're damn idiots and stuff. For one, they're so busy on their Instagram taking sexy selfies and shit that that they don't even know that that they're watching and letting their kids watch something that's conditioning and predictably programming their mind. You see what I'm saying? Sesame Street everybody watches Sesame Street. Everybody used to be hip to Sesame Street, especially in our generations and stuff, the 80s and the 70s. But at the same time, this shit right here is on another level. And this right here is conditioning the kids, see, that lets you know that people talk about naturally be more gay and stuff like that. I don't know about that, because if that's the case and shit, why the fuck would you have to indoctrinate these young ass kids with this type of lifestyle? And my thing is this, y'all bigging up this lifestyle and stuff like this, but it's it's sexual. You see what I'm saying? You're pushing sex on kids, dude.
Right.
Oh, I still got the picture.
Yeah, the picture's still up there, man. We got the Rick Ross beard.
My bad. I know that's burnt. That's burnt.
But this was a little different, because I noticed this is one of those things like they've glued on at the barbershop, the local barbershop. But I do know that there's some, like the one that approached me that day. It was actually like, that person was taking some sort of hormones to actually make it physically grow from the face. So I mean, I do see, and I agree. Thank you for sharing that with the audience. I saw it personally. So I can actually say that this is, something that really is happening in Texas and Atlanta.
Yo, BJ. BJ, yo, you there? It's mad feedback on your end, man. So I'm gonna play the Silly Porter real quick, man. You know what I'm saying?
Can you mute BJ like from your end or no?
Yeah, but it's like,
okay.
I don't know what's going on. But all right, so but this dude Silly Porter, man, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he pushing this dude, man. And then they always got to have the, somebody that look like us and shit. Like, for example, I just watched the Eternals the other day. I kind of already knew it and shit. I watched that Eternal, I watched the bootleg joint, you know what I'm saying? Because Marvel's a part of Disney and shit. I ain't really trying to support Disney like that. But you know what I mean? So I watched the bootleg joint, right? Anyway, I was watching the Eternals and shit. Don't you know the only black motherfucker in the motherfucker, big brawler, you know what I'm saying, kind of dudes, 200+ pound dude and shit. This motherfucker is a motherfucking with a dude, the gay dude. It's like, and just like,
hey, so hold on. You watch those like the Eternals? What's that?
It's a Marvel movie.
It's a new movie that just came out with Angelina Jolie, a part of the Disney franchise. Yeah, it just came out recently.
Do y'all watch the what they call it, like the Flash and all that, and Arrow? You watched that?
I mean, no, I don't really the shit on Netflix and stuff. I stopped, you know what I'm saying? I kind of don't got Netflix no more, but I stopped watching a lot of that stuff. But
DC and all that, y'all don't watch none of them? Black Lightning and like that? Y'all ain't got into the Black Lightning?
I don't watch TV.
I used to like Luke Cage was sick, man. They took that. See,
Luke Cage,
they took the black.
When they started rewriting it, man, they played this. They played. Yeah.
We don't see how they do it. Just like look at y'all. I know others just start tuning into my channel. Y'all do me a favor and shit. Go to Netflix and go to and Amazon Prime and all this, whatever y'all got. all them black shows got some gay shit on there, man. I'm not lying, dude. They even got old boy Michael, the dude that was on The Wire and shit, playing some gay shit, dude. I forget what the movie was called and shit, man.
There's
And
definitely agenda.
I'll be telling people, and then even that Raising Cane, that 50 Cent, that power shit. I guess the sister, the daughter and shit was gay on there and shit, was messing with some white girl and shit, man. So I mean, they do.
And I think BJ sent us an article earlier that was saying that this new generation, I don't know if it said millennials, but yeah, that I don't remember the percentage exactly, but I think it was like 40 or so percent, 30 or 40% identify as being in some form of LGBTQ plus, AA plus.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy,
so the
man.
agenda is clearly working for a lot of the masses.
So let me play this Silly Porter real quick, man, and I'm gonna play the something else, and we gonna, you know what I'm saying, close out, man. So
I love how you come up with these names too.
Which makes accomplishing your work goals easier.
So I mean, the thing is, they got this dude, and you know what I'm saying, in a straight. They got this man in a straight
ball gown. A ball gown.
Yeah, a ball gown, and it's just like
half tuxedo, half ball gown.
Why can't you just wear a tux and shit? You know what I'm
saying? Listen, let me tell you something. When I was a kid, Grace Jones scared me. There was a movie. There was a movie that she. Listen, I'm just telling the truth. I don't remember. I don't remember the name of the movie, but yes, Conan. Yes. Listen, because she was androgynous. I'm just telling you. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. Just hear me
She was
out.
in Boomerang too, right?
Yes. Yeah. And by the time I saw her in Boomerang, you know, I still was terrified because I'm just telling you, in the mind of a young little girl, how I remembered it. When I saw her in the Conan movie, she was this strong, like, and I didn't know if it was male or female. I didn't know I didn't know what was going on. I'm being honest. I didn't know what was going on. And I just remember being afraid. And so, you know, when I heard, and this is the first time I've seen this clip, but I heard about it. I heard that he showed up on Sesame Street in a ball gown. But this is the problem. What you're going to do is, I know there's a lot of kids that they're going to be like I was. They're afraid because what you don't understand, you're afraid of. And it's like, what is you know, they've been taught what a boy is, what a girl is, and they've been taught these things, but their little minds cannot process what they're seeing. And so sometimes this is terrifying for a kid. So because they don't understand. So, you know, I'm so tired of them trying to indoctrinate and push this on the impressionable minds of the children. And I know God is tired of it too. I'm just waiting for his judgment to come because I'm telling you, you can't mess with kids. Trust me when I say, I've not been wanting to put this video out for a long time. When I tell you God's getting ready to pour out some judgments for real, they're talking about climate change. There is no such thing. It's him. Watch what I tell you. Destruction is going to come to a lot of places because you can't mess with children and get away with it.
Bars. And see, the thing is, man, I'm gonna play another clip right now too. But see, the thing is, man, it's you know, I'm just bugging out, man. You know, I'm not surprised, man. You know, this dude, man. He came out of nowhere, right? And see, the thing is, you know, they don't never use white people to push. See, this is when racism and discrimination, stuff like that, come into play when it comes down to pushing the agenda and then using perception, like I said earlier, right? It's all about perception, man. It don't even have to be real. It's all about what we put out. You're gonna perceive it as that. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna take it as that, right? So
it's us again, Frank. Want to jump in front and say, "Hey, pick me, pick me. I'll do it. Pick me. I want to be included. Pick me, pick me."
Damn, dude. You said that shit. Why is my shit echoing? You said that shit. You spot on, dude. You spot on with that, Shaq. And see, these secret society motherfuckers and shit, you know, not helping us don't make it any better. You said that shit good earlier, man. Why don't these motherfuckers help us out? Why don't some of these Masons and some of these motherfucking boule motherfuckers actually do something for the community and shit? Colin Kaepernick never got blackballed and shit, dude. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about how he's such a hero and this and that, but he still has his millions and trillions of dollars and shit. Has he actually gave back to the community with that? See, this is my thing, man. You know what I'm saying? We have to stop, idolizing these people and using the word celebrities like we're celebrating these people. You see what I'm saying? We literally celebrate these people, man. You see
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
why
saying?
would we want Colin Kaepernick to give back to a community that's not his community? He's not even a part of
Yeah,
our community. Let's keep it straight.
that's true. That's
And
true.
another thing, like,
True.
they pushed
Damn,
Obama
that's
on
real.
us. They pushed Obama on us, and he's not a part of our community. Let's keep it real. We
Absolutely.
have to start calling people who they are, okay? Like, if you're biracial, that's exactly what you are. But you're not a part of this community, period.
Mm.
You have to
Mm.
keep it real because they try to, indoctrinate you that Colin Kaepernick is like us. No, that's not what this is.
Right.
Damn,
No.
Colin Kaepernick. And see, the thing is, man, it's just a lot of this. It's a
Everybody
lot of
using abusing black struggle, man. Even we using
They
abusing and
are.
say, well, some of us like say, well, you know what? Well,
do use it.
if the the small hats and the pink toes, which are like Dave Chappelle said, they're basically the same. What he said.
They are the
Think
same.
about it. But
They are the same.
he said, I mean,
And they try to tell me and you
they
that
be
they're
using
not.
black struggle, black pain, and now some of us say, well, you know what? I might as well do it too. Even with the Tyler Perry's and stuff. It's black pain, black struggle.
Yup.
You know what I mean? That
He
they
uses
get
us for
paid off for.
stereotypes.
I
Mona
guess they
Scott
want to
Young.
be the narrative. I get it. You want to narrate your own, But man,
Mona
I don't
Scott
know, man.
Young, man, damn, Shag, you said it right, dude. Mona Scott Young is like that too with Love and Hip Hop. That show, that shit damaged motherfuckers too, man. That show was horrible. Cause look, there's no Hot Cosby Show, but there's Love and Hip Hop. There's no
Right. I mean, but
talented, but there's negative shit to tear us down. But there's no positive shit to fucking put us in that back in
that's
that
my
light.
point. This have a balance. Okay, if you're gonna play the lower level stuff, you know what I mean, you're gonna play the dysfunction, glorify the dysfunction. Why not glorify the what's the name, the righteousness too? Just give us both.
I'm telling you, it
And we
seems
don't
like
have that.
dude. It seems like the bad strive and the good fucking. You know what I'm saying? It just seems, dude. It's a spiritual warfare like a
They
motherfucker.
don't want us to have anything that's
Right.
uplifting and that's unifying. I always think about J. Edgar Hoover, who said that if they have another leader in their community, it'll be a leader that we have chosen for them. It will not be a leader that rises up from among us. And we have many leaders, you best believe it, but they've kept their foots on our neck like a George Floyd, and they only want to give us their puppets. Their Ben Crumps and their Al Sharptons and these Jesse Jacksons and the people who are aloof and totally, so removed from the true struggle. Like, those are the leaders that they give us.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Keep going, daughter. Sure, my bad.
No, I just basically was just saying that, I pray that in my lifetime, in this generation, that we break out of this matrix and that, because we're all leaders, because we're people of the sun. We are the chosen children of Israel. That's who we are. And this great awakening is taking place all over. Even though we are scattered, we're being gathered. And it's not something that we're doing, it's something that God is doing. But at the end of the day, I pray that we all take the power that He has given each and every one of us inside of ourselves and stand up, because once we start to do that, then He will back us. He will back us. We have to stand up and rebel against this one by one.
Let me ask you, daughter, sure, because you good with you verse with the biblical text. What you say on the America, this land of Americans, land over here, is considered the lamb-like beast. Well, it's too deep. We need another conversation for
Oh,
that.
no.
To go down
But
that rabbit
no,
hole.
just I can scratch the surface really real quick. But you're talking about a lamb-like beast. That's not really referring to this country, because see, in Deuteronomy 28, He said that there would be a group of people that would swoop down on us like an eagle. That this is the eagle that came upon us in Deuteronomy 28. But you're speaking about Revelation, the lamb that will the beast that will speak like a lamb, that really is a beast. Okay, that is speaking of an antichrist. of a spirit of Antichrist. And I think we're seeing the spirit of Antichrist has been here for a long time. That's what a lot of people don't get. They're looking for the book of Revelation to be some dragons and a T-Rex coming out of the sky or something. And that's not what this is. I was just telling my mom this earlier. The beast is a system. That's why, and that's the reason that God painted the pictures the way that he did, because what he's saying is their pharmakia, their lies, their television, their programming, their frequencies, all the things that they do might as well be an ugly beast that comes out of the sea that looks like this with claws and teeth and all these things. Because, but this beast system will talk to you like a little bitty lamb, real sweet. See, the enemy doesn't come to you like a devil with horns. That's not even what Satan looks like. He's one of the most beautiful angels in existence. So when he comes to you with beauty and pleasure and all of these wonderful things that you want. Money, which is the root of all evil. All these different things he comes to you as. So that's what it means in Revelation when it says this beast that speaks like a lamb. That speaks like a lamb because you love a lamb. Now you'll walk up on a lamb, but you won't walk up on a lion. And that's the point. They lure you just to consume you and destroy you. Hopefully that makes sense.
Janae Mono.
Oh wow.
What that boy say? Oh man, Dr. Mark broke that down. Ooh. And then I was like, hold on. Oh girl, the singer name, her name was Janelle Monáe.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's deep. He broke that, man. He broke, it's something called, what do you call it? Janae Monáe. I gotta get that from him again. Because
And
boy, he
homegirl's
broke some
androgynous
revelations
too.
down to me, boy.
Homegirl trying to be androgynous too, though. If you noticed that.
Yeah.
But she's also backed
man.
and was brought out by Beyonce. So I think that's another thing too. So you have to
Mm.
look at who has given them the platform and the opportunity, and that was through Janelle Monáe. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, but
daughter, you sure
he was talking about the money
go ahead.
guy. The money guy though is called Janae Monáe.
That he said that's the money guy, the God.
I'm gonna say the money guy or something like that. I got to talk to him, Dr. Omar. He kind of broke that down to me.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's so many. First of all, I don't even call them gods with a little g because they're really not. They're demigods. They're demons. They're fallen. They're the Nephilim. They're not even gods. So I don't even call them gods. But anyways, to this comment, daughter of Yeshua, what is? No, go back to the other one. I missed.
Oh my
Wait.
God.
Okay. I always wonder why some white people, Asians, Hispanics are always jealous of black people because we're connected to the Israelites and they can't come to terms with that. No, and listen, the reason that we were even, slaves, even though the oppressors took it way too far, they really did. We went into slavery because of disobedience to our God. But they really have put their foot on our necks for way too long. But the Bible says that after our 400 years that we served, our time was up in 2019, that God would turn the tables and put the judgments upon our oppressors. And we've seen that starting from 2020. Anyways, so what was that last comment before? So I used to have so much respect for Barack Obama as a Black Canadian. But after when I learned that he did what he did to the Black American community dirty, I have lost tons of respect for him. Yeah, real quick, when I was in college, I think it was around 2002, 2003. I was a political science major. I thought I was going to go into politics, but I was working for a congressman in the 11th district, Congressman Phil Gingrey, and I sang. They knew I sang, so they asked me to sing the national anthem at this event. And at this event, before I got to the event, they told me, "Hey, you're going to meet this man that they say is going to be the very next president." And I was like, "Oh, well, who is that?" And they said his name, Barack Obama. I was like, "Who?" And when I saw him, I saw he was a Black man. I thought to myself, he's never going to be the president. But I tell you that story to tell you this. They knew. Did you pay attention to the date I said? That I was in college back in this was 2002. Okay. They knew who this man was and they knew who they had already chosen all the way back then. I think it was probably 2003. But they already knew. Okay. So these people are chosen, they're pawns. Yeah, they're pawns. So, and I'm telling you, my life is like a movie. God showed me so many things that I probably I'm so thankful that he showed me, for real, for real. I've got in-depth knowledge of Hollywood, demonology, all type of stuff, just because he chose me for this mission.
Demonology.
He
King
showed he
James wrote
chose
that.
me. Yeah, and
Really?
he showed me so many crazy things that, to give me insight to prepare me for the journey. But it's
Did you get
real.
approached by the Lumi? By
Listen,
the
I made it all the
ill
way to
nanas?
Hollywood, and that's where I met my friend here, Frank. I met him while I was out there, but see, I didn't know that God took me there for a part of my training for the prophetic. But honestly, I thought I was going to be a singer. Everybody in my life has always thought I was going to be a singer, and I thought I was going to Hollywood to do exactly that. And I got all the way up to the upper echelons of Hollywood, and I met everyone from Oprah, Beyonce, all the people that I looked up to at the time. And what I noticed is, God snatched me out of the hands of demonic forces. Let me say this. I'm gonna say this, and I can give y'all some real insight. Okay, so like I knew that for me to make it past another level, that someone in my family would have to be sacrificed, and I knew exactly who it was going to be that had to be. But let me tell you something. Those type of decisions don't happen in a back room. They happen with demonic forces. So it could be something as simple as a thought that you have, okay? Covenants are made just like that. It's not always in a ritualistic room. So I think people need to understand that. Yes, I was given an opportunity to make it, but someone had to be sacrificed for me to be able to do that. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, and I told many people my story, which is a very supernatural one. Demons are real. When I tell you, I was raised, like I said, I was raised in the church, and I knew how to pray, and I knew all these types of things. And when I began to do that and I said I didn't want no parts of this, demons manifested themselves. You understand? I'm talking about things moving in my home, things slamming, doors slamming, all type of craziness was happening. And it's only by the grace of God that I'm alive. So that's why I talk about God the way I do. That's why I don't shy away. That's why I don't judge people. That's why I just really try to live right. You understand? Um, but he snatched me out of it. So that's why I tell my story every chance I get, because I'm a good enough singer to hang with any singer on any platform. Best believe it.
Hmm.
But I won't do it anymore. I will only sing for God. Period. Period.
What's
Those
up,
people are
BJ?
highly demonic.
That's right.
BJ, what
Hey,
up, man? My bad, BJ. I
can I
mean,
get you to
Now
do
he's
an intro?
awake. Now
Hey,
he's awake.
can we do business? I would like to. Could you sing an intro to see
How?
our smooth show?
Oh, sure I would. You
Hey,
got
come
an
up with an
instrumental?
intro.
Okay.
It's to
I was gonna
see
say,
our
do you have an
smooth show.
instrumental or something like that? Then I definitely would.
Yeah, I would need an instrument. I'm come up. I want to change my intro, something that's more,
I
cater
sure
to my
would.
personality. You
I
know.
sure
You know.
would. I sure would. It would be a pleasure to do that. I would do that for anyone on the platform that would want that.
yeah, man,
I
you got
don't.
that
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
BJ, man, tap in. BJ, I know you was, you know what I'm saying? But I played that video with the what's his name, BJ, man, with the security guard, man. We was talking about
Yeah.
that, man. Dude, I mean, I know you got some expertise. What you think? What you think? What's your you know what I'm saying, position on little kids being able to go to a concert like that, man? Have you ever
I,
seen anything like that before?
I thought you need ID to go to a concert like Travis Scott.
But I mean, have you ever heard of little kids going, like being able to actually get admission in the concert like that?
No.
Me neither. I didn't been to some concert. I didn't been to some Cypress Hill joints. I didn't been to you know what I'm saying? All types of shit, man. KRS-One before. I didn't seen all types of motherfuckers. I never seen no little ass kids at that motherfucker. I'm sorry. No little 99-year-old. That's too young, dude. Like motherfuckers should still be playing with marbles and shit at 9 and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you should still be playing with Tonka trucks and shit, dude.
I didn't even see 14-year-olds at concerts I've been to.
And they talk about, let me play this.
Good evening. I'm Cheryl Mercedes. Xavier Walton has the night off. At least 8 people were killed, hundreds more hurt during Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival at NRG Park last night. We have learned the ages of those who died. One person was 14, one was 16, 2 were 21, 2 were 23,
One was 27, and the age of the 8th person is not yet known. We are bringing you team coverage as we take you through what we know, what people saw and heard, and where we go from here. We begin with Matt Doherty, who is live now at NRG Park. Matt, how are things there this evening?
People have been showing up here for hours in tears, leaving flowers, writing messages at this memorial. Earlier today, we heard from local officials who gave us some insight into their investigation.
Who are these officials?
As of last update, 8 people were killed. We learned their ages tonight. One was 14, one was 16, 2 were 21, 2 were 23, one was 27, and the age of the last person remains unknown at this time. 13 people are still hospitalized. 5 of them are minors. We're told a 10-year-old is in the hospital tonight in critical condition. One of the most shocking details we learned today is that Houston police are investigating an incident where a security officer may have been stuck in the neck with a syringe. The officer was administered Narcan, which was given to revive someone who's had an opiate overdose.
We do have a report of a security officer, according to the medical staff, that was out and treated him last night. Okay, well, my bad. My bad. I'm sorry. I got to tap in on this. How? Okay. If somebody's a minor, you're not supposed to reveal any kind of information about them, dude, unless it's you have a parent's consent. So I wonder if they had the parents' consent to put out this 9-year-old boy's age and name and everything all over social media. See, we got to watch.
They put his name and stuff out.
Yeah, the dude.
But they didn't put the name of the 14-year-old, the 15-year-old, and the 20-some-year-old. They didn't have their name. They had them blank. They must be white or Hispanic or something.
But that's why I let you. That's why I said earlier, something just don't seem right about this shit, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I've seen the 9-year-old.
You can't put information out like that unless you have parent consent. You can't do that and shit. Just like what's the name not too long ago, that shooting. There was a case not too long ago where they didn't put out the you know what I'm saying, the victims or excuse me, the suspects. They didn't put out the suspects' information because it was minors. Remember when they had the little white kid, the little Bonnie and Clyde, the little white kid and the little whistle. They didn't put out their information, man, because they were minors. Dude.
The white kid, the girl and the boy
that was shooting, at the police. They didn't put out their information.
That was in Florida,
man.
right?
Yeah, see, we gotta pay attention, dude. You gotta pay attention.
Didn't even hear about
it lets
that.
you know something. You know, and when like I said earlier, it's all about perception, right? If you change, you know,
they actually was shooting big guns at the police.
Saying. That's what I'm saying.
And
it's
how
all
old
about
were
perception. It was like 112 and 9 or something. So
I think it was like 14 and 12. The girl was 14, the boy was 12, I think, something like that.
That's
but
crazy.
it's just like, I mean, it's all about perception, man. But
yeah.
I mean,
they was menaces though.
They was
like, bad. They was in like behavior kids. They was actually in the. You got to redo that. That's to do a study on it because that community, it was like a community for bad like behavior kids, and like they was going through the whole system, and they just was just bad. They was just outrageous bad kids going from one house to the next house, just bad. Just bad, unruly kids. And somehow they went on a run or something together, and they went to somebody's house and found their firearms, and they was actually shooting at the damn cops. The cop dude talking about he didn't want to shoot. They didn't want to shoot. They ended up shooting him in the arm or some shit like that. I'm like, aha. So you guys do know how to shoot people in this arm without killing them, huh? Aha. You do have compassion for certain people. So there's a bias. Aha.
And just like this thing right here, you know what I'm saying? You know, they talking about they you know, the cop got shot with the syringe or something, and they automatically had the little medication or whatever to help revive him. Why would they have that shit on standby? I thought it wasn't that many.
Always have it. The EMS always has it.
But it's just like I thought there wasn't that many security. I don't know if they were so understaffed, dude. I mean,
but no, that's probably like you said. The EMS probably had that.
They got there that quick. We got there quick as a motherfucker, though. You gotta. I don't know. You just gotta watch shit like that. I'm sorry.
Well, they're gonna get there quick for a security person quicker than another. I believe.
It just seemed like they got there quick. Period.
Well, they were all there. Like the paramedics were there too, on site.
But the thing is, they talking about they were so, you know, there wasn't that many security. It's just like, well, why weren't there police and shit, dude? Or why didn't they hire any police? Because you could do that. You could hire police for security and shit too.
I think all that information will eventually come out, though.
Right.
I better
Yeah,
not
it's
see
still
nobody.
early with it.
I better not see nobody smiling in his background.
That he was reaching over to restrain or grab a citizen, and he felt a prick in his neck. When he was examined, he went unconscious. They administered Narcan. He was revived, and the medical staff did notice a prick that was similar to a prick that you would get if somebody's trying to inject.
Fire Department Chief Samuel Pena says that several doses of Narcan were administered at the event last night. However, he did not have a number on how many. Chief Finner says several of the individuals were trampled. Chief Pena says there were several permits filed for the event. However, he says there is no occupancy limit for outdoor events like this one. Police Chief Finner says at one point there were 528 police officers and 755 security officers at the event last.
Okay, so I thought this was supposed to be a pandemic though. A pandemic, it don't matter. You can make different occupancy standards and shit like that. If it's a so-called pandemic, say, hey, motherfuckers be playing games and shit, dude. Motherfuckers be playing games. Motherfuckers set the narrative and shit. You know what I'm saying? When it's something that benefits them and they know they get a lot of, I bet you the city of Houston got a lot of money out of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers got paid, right? When they fucking talk that bullshit about, you know what I'm saying, certain things can and can't be, that's when you know somebody in the fucking background got paid. You know what I'm saying? When it comes out of money, they switch it up. Because that's a lot of motherfucking people. Imagine how much motherfucking city of Houston made for that shit. Let's just keep it 100. Imagine how motherfuckers got. See, we got to like look at it, you know what I'm saying, from a currency kind of standpoint too and shit, man. Or
So you mean tell me how many people was there? They don't know. They still don't know how many
50,000
total
plus?
number yet. Who?
50,000.
Like
50,000
plus?
50,000. At least
50,000. They say only 8 people died. Yeah, right. Okay.
but
And
see
people get
there's-
trampled.
Something sound right about them.
yeah, and there's other accounts from people that were actually there that are saying they saw hundreds of people laid out. So I'm talking about these are people that were physically there. So what happened to all the other bodies? What's going on?
Good question. BJ, what you think about this shit, man?
I think there's a lot of stuff that needs to be answered, but a lot of stuff that ain't gonna be answered because they're gonna try to do a massive cover up.
Bars.
I believe it's going to be a massive cover up as well because all I can think about is he's linked to Kylie Jenner, who is also linked to Kris Jenner, who Kris Jenner is linked to some of the best attorneys in the business because you think her ex-husband was one of the best. He got OJ off, and I believe that he's probably going to get out of this.
Hold up. Hold up right now. Let's y'all want to see something? Bam, let's just keep 100. You talking about Kylie Jenner?
I wish there was an app where I could compare rental like Kayak does for flights.
You're talking about Kayak.
Sorry about
Yeah, like Kayak.
Yeah, Kayak.
Kayak. Search one and done. At Win.com,
How you give you 2 commercials back to back, man?
What's up with that? If you need to build an online store.
1, 2 phrases come for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, grab a boost of fix.
Fair Use Act 1976. Content purpose. I don't
You guys, welcome back to another video, okay?
My bad,
Much
sorry
love
about
to
that.
all of my new and old subscribers.
My bad. What y'all think about that, man?
I don't care what type of lipstick you're trying to sell. I don't care what type of clothing you're trying to sell. The imagery in this, is so dark and demonic and just satanic is what it is. And all I can think about is just again how the Bible says a wicked woman is given over to a wicked man. Her and Travis are perfect for each other. Two wicked people, perfect for each other.
Speaking of that, look at this. Check
This
this out.
morning, a breakthrough in getting kids back to their normal lives. The FDA authorized Pfizer's low-dose COVID vaccine for children ages 5 to 11. The decision coming just days after an advisory committee overwhelmingly voted in favor of recommending the vaccine, which Pfizer says is 91% effective at preventing severe infection.
Vaccines are one of our greatest
You see how they
tools in
switched
the
it
fight
up?
against this pandemic, and making sure younger children in our population now have access to them has been one of our highest priorities.
Okay, see, okay, my bad. They switched it up. See, like, okay, see, I was saying it earlier, right? BJ, y'all know, daughter of Joshua, Shaq, y'all know. I was saying this shit earlier, right? They switched the shit up from back in the day, a couple fucking, you know what I'm saying? Last year, they was talking that bullshit about the shit. You ain't gonna be able to get fucking nothing at all, right? I'm not gonna use the word COVID because that's a certificate. I don't have this, none of us have that fucking certificate. You know what I'm saying? So coronavirus. So last year they said that shit would prevent you from getting coronavirus, right? That was a lie. Then they said that this shit, you know, they had to switch up the goalposts earlier this year, and then try to say, "Oh, my bad, it's gonna stop you from motherfucking actually dying or being hospitalized." Now they're saying it's gonna stop for severe infections. What severe infection, motherfucker? You could have a motherfucking ear infection. What are you talking about? Severe infection? See, they're switching it up because they know that shit is not effective. And see, people are so stupid, and people are so with the group think, people ain't gonna catch shit like that. People ain't gonna catch shit like that when the news say it, because guess what? The news got to be right. Get a whitey out there. You know what I'm saying? Get a whitey out there with some motherfucking glasses with a big ass, a nose bigger than mine. You know what I'm saying? Talk that bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? Let's believe him. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We you know, Fauci look like George Burns and shit. We believe everything he say. We don't believe, but see, one of us, you know, one of us, we make shows and shit. We got fucking channels. Motherfuckers don't believe us though. But motherfuckers, see, we gotta stop that shit too. We're to blame too. Us as so-called black people, we be on that bullshit too. You know what I'm saying? We think the white man's ice is colder and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why the black man. That's why we fucked up with that integration bullshit. We should have stayed segregated and shit, right? You see what I'm saying? We should stay that way and shit. You see, now we integrated and we have all these motherfucking problems and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, so a lot of times it's not about fucking it's not about what's the name. You know what I'm saying? Mistakes. It's about choices you make. You feel what I'm saying? Those choices are the fucking mistakes, right? You make certain choices, you fucking, you know what I'm saying? You know, you make a certain bed, you gotta lay in the motherfucker, right? We fucked up shit with that integration shit. And we really fucked up and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? They're coming for that's what the show label is. They're coming for the babies. You see what I'm saying? They're coming for the babies. Oh shit, Shaq. They're coming for the babies, man. That's exactly what they fucking doing. You know what I mean? And they did it. You see what I'm saying? They're doing a good job at doing this shit, man. Coercing and shit. But see, the thing is, like I said on BJ show, yeah, and she kicked them out. Shaq, come back in. Like I said on BJ show last night, these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about their motherfucking kids, man. For you to let your kid take that shot, you're a fucking asshole. You should be kicked in the ass. You see what I'm saying? Literally. You know what I mean? You know, the thing is and shit. You know, this is our faith. You know what I'm saying? This, I'm not gonna call it COVID. This coronavirus shit and this jab is the faith. You see what I'm saying? So check this out. My thing is, if you have a pastor or a fucking a preacher, or when somebody you go to church and shit, you've been good standing with the motherfuckers and shit. They didn't help you out maybe in the past or whatever. Well, even though churches don't really help too much, some do. But if they don't want to sign your religious exemption form, what does that tell you?
They don't care anything about you. They don't care anything about you. They want you to believe in the system. They don't care anything about you, and they believe in the system. They're a part of the beast. Let's just start calling it what it is, guys. Let's call it what it is. Let's call it what it is, Frank. Let's call it what it is, BJ. Let's not refer to it as capitalism anymore. Let's not be nice and call it America, KKK, America. Let's call it the beast, like the Bible calls it. Let's just call it the beast. They're a part of the beast, to answer your question, though. That's why.
My bad. I went on a little rant, but
no, you're all right.
But basically, my point is with that though, they just changed the, they're changing the words. Now they're trying to say severe infection. They're just switching it up because they know it's.
But wait a second though. Wait a second. Let's go back to the fact that the beast, it's like they're the father of lies. They don't know how to tell the truth ever, even if it slapped them in the face. Listen, this has never been the pandemic of children. This children have a success and survival rate of like 98%.
Oh.
So this has never been an issue for these babies. And so I don't even know how they fix their mouths to lie in this way. This has never been a pandemic for children. They're just coming for your children.
Oh, just like you said, perfect. What's his name? BJ. Before I go into this next, you just said the perfect thing. I'm gonna segue into. Before I go into this, BJ, why don't you speak on about that situation real quick, man? The little video we just seen real quick, man. BJ, you up? You there? You tapped in, BJ? Yo. Well, anyway, all right. So, speaking of this, Daria, sure, you said they're coming for your kids. That's exactly what these idiots just said. These fucking idiots right here. So I'm gonna play this real quick.
As we celebrate Pride on the progress we've made over these past years, there's still work to be done. So to those of you out there who are still working against equal rights, we have a message for you. You think we're sinful? We fight against our rights. You say we all lead lives against respect. But you're just frightened. You think that we'll corrupt your kids if our agenda goes unchecked. Funny, just this once, you're correct. We'll convert your children. After bit by bit, quietly and subtly,
Bit by bit,
barely notice it. You can keep them from disco. Warn about San Francisco. Make him wear pleated pants, we don't care. We'll convert your children.
Wow.
We'll make them tolerant and fair.
At first, I didn't get why you'd be so scared of us turning your children into accepting, caring people, but I see now why you'd have a problem with that.
Just like you worried, they'll change their group of friends. You won't approve of where they go at night to protest. But when you'll be disgusted, when they start finding things online that you've kept far from their sight, like information, guess what? You'll still be alright. We'll convert your children, yes we will.
Yes, we will.
Cause even grandma likes RuPaul. And the world's getting kinder. Gen Z's gayer than Grindr. Learn to love, learn to vote, face your fate. We'll convert your children. Someone's gotta teach them not to hate. We're coming for them.
Satan's telling you what he's doing.
Couple dumbass
I've heard enough.
All right, man. I can't.
I've heard enough. Listen, and I'm singing off key because they were. Listen, they said. First of all, he said, we're going to make your children fair. We're going to make sure they're tolerant and fair. We're going to make sure that your children, we're going to teach them not to hate. We're going to give them this information. And when they sneak out at night and you're wondering where they're at, yeah, they came to join us for the protest. Did you hear what they just said? Listen, we're going to convert your children. We're going to make them gay. Hello.
Damn, dude.
They sang it to you with an attitude.
Where's the pushback? I mean, they had a little bit, you know what I'm saying? This came out like last year. They had a little something, but they didn't really have too much. But see, that's what I be trying to tell these motherfuckers and shit. These motherfuckers, see our people in our community. Y'all motherfuckers, y'all live your life wherever the fuck y'all motherfuckers gonna be gay and shit. Literally going to be gay and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's not even the right. They took that term from back then, just like the motherfuckers took the rainbow from fucking Jesse Jackson and the Rainbow Coalition. These motherfuckers ain't slick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like the same Jesse Jackson, the same fucking idiot. They named us African American. Don't let anybody fucking tell you. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker's the one that did that shit. Named us some fucking African American.
Battery dying out, man.
Shit. That's just.
Oh, you're back. Welcome back.
My battery dying out. I don't know what's up. I messed with my card and it just jumped me out. Off the chat.
Listen, it happened to me the other night. I just kept getting kicked out 3-4 times.
It's happening to me on another channel and shit. But I mean, Shaq, what you think, man, about that little video you showing? BJ, you up? BJ, you up?
He missed the song. He played that song, "We'll Convert Your Children." You know that song? By the Gay Community Choir of San Francisco. Yeah, play it again for me.
I heard that before. Yeah, I heard that before.
We'll
What you think
convert your
about that,
children.
Yeah.
I mean, I see that they didn't get that much blowback. See, we be man. You know,
I think people are afraid to give blowback because if you do, like,
because they're
you're
powerful, dude. Because they're mad powerful and shit. The gay community is super powerful and shit. See, you know, what motherfucker got power is a motherfucker you can't speak on. You can't speak on the people with the small hats, and you can't speak on them. Those two groups and shit, you know. But everybody can speak. You know, they know we don't have no power. That's why you talk bad about us all, and they know that that word black has no standing by law. So you can talk all types of shit about black because it means dead. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying. So they basically on us and shit. And you know what? A lot of us so-called people need to do. We need to start looking into these law books and stuff like that. But let's be like that Blackstone the Black Stone law book and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. We really need to start learning these codes and these laws, man. You know what I'm saying? Because these people use our word, the words against us. You know what I'm saying? You know, and fit their little stupid asses agenda and shit. But I mean, these dudes are a bunch of fucking idiots. Obviously, they got paid by somebody to do that shit. You know, promote that dumbass video, singing off key, looking like fucking idiots and shit, looking like motherfuckers from that 70s show and shit. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you know, that's why I just be, you know, it's just sad, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, grown people have the choices. I mean, can make the choices, and grown people can make up their own fucking mind, especially if you're over 25.
I'm tired of it.
But these little ass kids cannot. They're impressionable as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And see that, like I said, people do not care. People are selfish. We got Instagram, we got fucking Facebook, we got motherfucking Snapchat, we got all these social media things to keep us distracted and entertained in our own way, and keep it to where we you know, we get attention. As long as we're getting attention, the kids don't need our attention. Damn. As long as we're getting attention, the kids don't need our attention. That's what that is, dude. Go sit and play on your tablet. Go sit and play and watch some fucking cable. Go sit and play and watch some BET and shit. Some reality TV BET. That's all that shit is and shit. You know what I'm saying? BET don't even play no damn music no more, man. You know what I'm saying? After Bob Johnson sold that shit went down to shit. Some Jewish motherfucker on that shit now. But guess what they doing? Motherfucking small hats, they know how to clown us better than anybody and shit. Better than the fucking other white man and shit. You know what I'm saying? These motherfucking small hats make us look like fucking assholes and shit. And they've been doing it ever since the Civil Rights Act, Act, because it's not a law. But they've been doing it back to the Civil Rights Movement and shit. When fucking Stanley Levitz and shit, you know what I'm saying, communist small hat wrote Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech. Martin Luther King did not write that shit. You know what I'm saying? They got it. See, you notice the Jews and the gays are so synonymous, just like in the Civil Rights movement. Bear Rustman was a gay black dude pushing his agenda, right? He's the one that motherfucking founded. He's the one that organized the march. How about that? These people use us. They use now civil rights means everything else but us. That's what civil rights means. You know what I'm saying? Everybody use that shit. You could use that shit but us and shit. You know what I mean? And it's just like, that's why, you know, Civil Rights Act, it's just an act. It's all a game. That shit is not no motherfucking, what's the name? Civil rights, we don't have civil rights. And why would it even be civil rights and shit, dude? Why is it not human rights and shit? You see how because civil rights used to be civil rights. It used to be money, current. I could break that down too. There's so much to that. You see what I'm saying? It's a bunch of bullshit, man. I'm telling you, man. And my thing is, we got to start forwarding this type of shit to Maxine Waters and Clyburn and motherfuckers like that. They don't do shit for our community and shit. You know what I'm saying? They live in Calabasas by Kanye West and the motherfuckers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Bullshitting around when they fucking in their houses and shit that have deep freezers and shit, walk in deep freezers and shit while they eat their fucking ice cream and shit. Bullshitting and shit. You know, funneling money to their motherfucking secretary daughter, $200,000 a motherfucking year and shit. So it's just for being a secretary. But see, our people, they use our people against us, dude, and they do it so well because they know we don't even get along anyway. So you know, they could just use our people against us and shit. It's all good. But guess what? Other groups don't do that shit. Other groups don't do that. We got to get off this shit, dude. We got to get off this shit. And then see, We can't even think about. It's like to the point where we have to think about the here and now all the time, always. We got to think about the here and now. Solutions. My solution. Y'all want to know my solution? The motherfucking holidays is coming up. You want to know my solution? Don't fucking celebrate none of these motherfucking holidays. Aggregate your money. Put your money together. You see what I'm saying? You got kids and shit. You know, when your kids do good in school, your kids do good and shit. You reward them right then with gifts and shit. You don't fucking tell them 1 or 2 times a year, they're gonna get some shit for fucking if they be good. That's a bunch of bullshit. And that also tells your kids they don't really have value like that. You got to give them something 1 time a year. What does that tell? What does that tell them? What does that tell them? Like I said the other day, you show your kids. You show them that you love them. You show them that you care about them. You don't tell them. Just like, for example, you know what I'm saying? If for you to say you're a good parent, that's bullshit. Your kids have to tell you that you're a good parent. Your kids have to fucking say that, not you. See, that's the thing, dude. We don't look at stuff and we don't be on a psychological level with shit at all. The psyche goes out the window with shit because we're pure entertainment people. You see what I'm saying? Just like these fucking idiots, they'll use something, you know what I'm saying, a political or actual, you know what I'm saying, something that's actually should cause focus or should be the center of focus, and they'll use it to start doing the motherfucking the pixie shuffle. What's that shit called? The Cupid shuffle. Or what's that other bullshit they be doing? The electric slide and shit. See, that kind of shit pisses me off right there. That kind
Hands
of shit.
on your knees.
What y'all think about what I just said, man? What y'all think about what I just said, man? Before we close out, man. What y'all just think about what I just said, man? You know what I'm saying? My bad. That shit got me a little, man. You know what I'm saying? Just passionate. Not mad at them, but passionate. What y'all think about that, man? You know, we rather dance than bullshit and shit. You know, we rather be entertainment people. You know what I'm saying? And show everybody that we're all about the entertainment and the bullshit and distractions and shit. Show everybody, you know what I'm saying? You know, when the broad, what's her name, Kamala Harris, and she got in one of my homies in here. Shit, in here. I mean, dude was a hardcore dude and shit. Dude did his time and shit. You know, dude did time. Dude was in the pen and everything, right? All types of shit. We was talking, you know, he's a musician though. He's a real cool cat. But he was even saying, you know, oh man, Chucks and Pearls and this now, Kamala, this and that. I looked at him like, are you motherfucking serious? You a grown ass man talking about this lady's Chucks and Pearls. Fuck all that bullshit. What is the tangibles? Give me some tangibles. Fuck all that Chucks and Pearls shit. Fuck all the symbolism shit. The bitch is supposed to look, excuse my language, but she's supposed to look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? She you know what I'm saying? She just got into the motherfucking presidency. You expect her to look busted and shit? You expect her to, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand. And my thing is this. Fuck hair and motherfucking makeup. Let's talk about tangible. See, we're so conditioned that we judge each other on our looks. So we judge each other on our looks more than other groups judge each other on our looks. And y'all can respond, my bad, to what I was saying and shit. Judah Queen said these hella days, man. And it's hella days. Look, for hella days, we're gonna be celebrating the hella days.
It's so much that you said there, so much to unpack. I don't even know where we begin, but I would just say, you know, the small hat people, when you really go back and look at everything that they have done throughout history, there's been so many, you know, things that they have done. You go back to slavery and the ships that brought us here, they owned them. You go back to, I mean, the people who murdered Christ, they were there. They were right there. Um, they've been behind every, you know, lie. They've been behind everything. But you know, like even you hinted on the music and everything, right? Like they always want us to entertain, right? But we were getting beat, getting our backs broken, and men being raped, women being raped, and picking cotton till our fingers bleed. And then they'd say, "Get on in here and sing us one of those Negro spirituals about picking that cotton." That's what they'd say to us, right? And now we're still in the land of our captivity, and they say, you know, rap to us about how we want you to kill your fellow man. Get on over here and rap about it. You know, while you were you had said something, you know, I'm from Georgia, so I can put that on real quick. But you know, you had said something about spot him, got him at one point, you know, and I didn't get to say anything about that guy real quick. But you know, even when you look at the lyrics, I just wanted to say this and I'm gonna close with this. Burn away a carbon beam, knock your legs off, tried to get away from me. We had a standoff. Hit him in the spine, knock his dreads off. My woody just caught a body I nicknamed him Randy Moss. Thugging in my Reeboks, riding with a G-Shock. I heard a shot, Draco making beatbox. But listen, this was the thing, and I'm going to end with this. This was a worldwide global dance that people did. They doing the Junebug challenge to this song, but the whole time being programmed to shoot your fellow brother in the head. That's what you're dancing to. So
Yep.
at the end of the day, they're using us to kill our brothers and sisters just like this. And we have to come out of the matrix, brothers and sisters. We have to wake up. We have to wake up to who we are. Wake up, repent of this foolishness. That's what God means when he say repent. He mean repent doesn't mean to say, God, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was a fool. Repent means to go the opposite way and leave it alone. That's what we got to do.
I
And
agree.
with that, I yield.
I agree. I agree. Shaq, what you man? What you? When we close out, you know what I'm saying? Should closing thoughts, man. You know what I'm saying before we close out this joint, man. BJ, Shaq, one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hope, are y'all both sleeping this motherfucker? You don't tell me both.
Nah,
of y'all
my battery is low. I was trying to let it charge up. I'm here. You'll never find. Bum, 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 bum.
Man. What's your closing thoughts on this, Shaq, man? What you think, man? Before we close out on this, man. You know what I'm saying? What's the last
Yeah,
thing
man. We gotta stop playing into the nigga autopilot. Turn it off. It's time to turn the nigga autopilot off. Get back in control of the ship. That's it.
Yeah, man. We exactly and annex some of these leaders, right? I'm gonna holler at you, Shaq, because you said something earlier, man. I'm gonna holler at you offline and shit. I don't want to say it online and shit, but you're right. But I think you might know what I'm talking about. But a lot of these dudes, yeah, Judah Queen, I think so. Even Judah
Stay
Queen
knocked out. He tried to
but
hit
so
me
the
early
thing,
on, but knocked out.
man. So the thing is, you know, I still don't know, but the thing is, check what you were saying earlier, man. You know, you're right. A lot of these cats, man, you got to watch a lot. You got to watch them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these cats, you know, these alpha, these boule cats are not helping us at all whatsoever. Sometimes they'll give you a little bit of information, but they'll mix the bullshit with the truth. So you got to watch that. You know what I'm saying? Their whole agenda is just to, you know what I'm saying, live and make sure the family's good. And that's it. That just sounds like a selfish. It don't sound like nobody in the brotherhood to me. It just sounds like a selfish nigga.
And
That's
then
what
you
it
still
sounds
funding
like.
them though. They rich, and you still funding them.
Ooh. You hear what I said? That should sound like it don't sound like nobody in the brotherhood. It sound like a rich nigga. So that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? You right though. We still boy. And a lot of these pastors and preachers are masons too, by the way. You know what I'm saying? You know, why would his name be her name be Creflo Dollar? You know what I'm saying? Nobody thinks that's suspicious. These cats buying jets, $50-some million jets and shit, dude. But it's just like, damn, you could have gave that back to the community. Fuck a turkey. I ain't talking about no turkey, but see, they give you turkey drive shit like that. You I'm giving back. But see, little do a lot of people don't know. That's good to give back to community and actually feed them. But little do you know, you give it back on the holidays. You kind of promoting and pushing the holidays though. You're pushing. You want us to stay into that mind state. You know what I'm saying? That same mind state, man. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta stay vigilant, man. I know y'all gotta go. It's late out there where you're at, but we, you know what I'm saying, we gotta stay vigilant. We gotta stay you know what I'm saying, 10 steps ahead of these motherfuckers, man. We gotta start actually thinking of these motherfuckers, certain groups, instead as the enemy. Like they think of us. We gotta stop thinking of ourselves as the enemy and start thinking as these people as the enemy. And we gotta start thinking as, you know what I'm saying, you know what, this entity as the enemy and shit, because you know they got us running around laps and shit. You know what I'm saying? Got us running circles around our ass, shit, man, and rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? Rightfully so, man. You know what I'm saying? If you stupid, you know, people gonna perceive you as stupid and gonna treat you like stupid. You know what I mean? And that's all it is. So, man, before we get out this motherfucker, man, you know what I'm saying? Why don't y'all shout out your channels, man? You know what I'm saying? Give y'all stuff, do y'all stuff, man. You know, get y'all stuff out there, man. Daughter of Yeshua, ladies first. We start with you.
Okay, everybody, y'all please reach out and find me on YouTube at Daughter of Yeshua. You can also find me on Rumble. You can also find me on all major platforms, basically, and under Daughter of Yeshua. But you can also find me on IG under Black Beauty 144. Thank you for having me again.
Oh yeah. We're gonna have to definitely, you know what I'm saying, come on your show too, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, spit our little piece too, you know what I mean? You know?
Most definitely. I'm getting ready to come out of the cave. I'm coming out.
Yeah. We're gonna. What's up with that? What's up with that?
Me coming out of the cave?
Yeah. Just
Rumble too.
I have been gone off my platform for some months, but like I said before,
you don't have to explain. I know exactly.
Sometimes gotta take a step back, but I am on my way out of it and coming back out. So yeah. Real simple.
Shaq, man, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get yours jumping, man. I'll just jump on yours. I gotta start doing some stuff, editing and doing some different stuff to this channel too. My banner, put a banner and stuff on there too. I gotta buy a little program and shit. I gotta do that shit on another time. But yeah, well, Shaq, why don't you shout out your stuff, man? I wouldn't mind getting on your channel too, man. You know what I'm saying? Spitting that real shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Watch you have your channel grow and shit too, man. So you know what I'm saying? You could yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? You could have a little, you know, spot out your stuff too, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be on your show tomorrow too, man. You know what I mean? Well, okay, why don't you talk about what you got going on your show first, then you spot out the rest of your stuff. How about that? We do that.
All right, man. You know the CL Smooth Live shows every Thursdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can call us. Call in the line is 516-666-9834. Tomorrow, man, we guest on, man. He's out of Newark, New Jersey. And he's I think it's like 41. And he wrote a couple of children's books. He got one book that he's promoting. It's an ABC book. He think it's an ABC book for plants for children, I think. And he wrote one book when he was in prison. He's a Muslim, I think. Yeah, he's a Muslim. And he wrote a book for kids, for children, like I said, Monsters Under. I think it's called Monsters Under Your Bed, My Bed, or something. Yeah, you probably heard of it. Yeah, I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you one of his clips he sent me, YouTube clips of his it's a promotional commercial, and I'm just gonna have him on and have a conversation about him. Trying to promote some of his work, some of his art. He's the activist too up there in Newark, New Jersey. He do a lot of activism work. I think he got a protest or something coming up on. Matter of fact, later on that day, protesting some game show, right? Big Deal,
from Larry Holmes.
No, the Big Deal or something. That's a game show or something, right?
Oh, okay. They're protesting that. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna be posting that later on that day. So yeah, y'all can check me out, man. Every Thursdays, check me out on Instagram, CLE Smooth 81. YouTube, YouTube is kind of under construction. I'm not really active on there, like far as posting videos. I say this year coming up, I'm trying to buckle down and trying to get some videos on there, man. Because I really want to. I'm an active person, so I really want to go out and be like mobile, moving around different spots and doing like fresh, you know what I mean, live stuff. But I don't know. I guess I'm gonna jump in there once and get my feet wet. I just ain't really put up a lot of videos on YouTube yet.
I don't blame you. It's a process, man. Trust me, it's a process, man. You know, our daughter she know I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I was telling her, like, I was a little frustrated myself, you know what I'm saying, about my little channel, man, but it's all good. It's about, you know what I'm saying, it's all about who you reaching. It ain't even necessarily about the numbers, man. It's about who you reach, man. You know what I'm saying? And you on your live feed and you see people popping up on there supporting you, and it shock you. It's like, oh shoot, I didn't know that person was listening when I post my you know what I'm saying, my information. I didn't know that person was actually, you know what I'm saying, willing to check me out, man. That's a good feeling right there, man.
Right. Really, and you know, I promote health and stuff, man. So you know, I gotta, you know, I've been trying to do little smaller dishes to try to transition people from eating so horribly bad. You know, certain things, give them some ideas, some reference points they can start from. You know what I mean? Some quick little dishes, because man, we've been so conditioned that our taste buds in America is like sweet and savory taste buds, and that ain't we strictly off of taste.
Supposed to
We
go with the
eat for
bitters. Supposed to go with the bitters,
yeah, the
man.
bitters, yeah, bitters, yeah.
I
Yep,
feel
you're
you. I
absolutely
feel you.
correct.
So I learned a little something listening to Shaq. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I'm learning, because that shit is important, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was shopping with the homie earlier, man. You know what I'm saying? He got a couple things. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? We got to stay off the sugars, dude. You know what I'm saying? The sugars and the milks and stuff like that. We got to stay away from that. Really do. From sugars and the milks.
Heavy.
No joke.
If we can cut down our intake of the processed sugars, that's in like the juices, the store bought juices, the sodas, the snacks, some of the processed fast food. I guarantee you, a lot of our health problems are trying to cut them in half.
Eating greens, yeah. Eating them greens and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, man. I'm gonna definitely I'm gonna be on it more on this, man. I gotta get more on it. I gotta stay on it too, man. This health thing, man.
Yeah, man.
Real.
That's what I said. All hands on deck. So anybody that
Real.
got information, I know people may have heard this stuff before. Dr. Sabi, Dick Gregory, you got Dr. Letty, Africa, you got Queen of Four. All of them are still doing the stuff now. The blue pills, red pills, but we need all hands on deck. Everybody should have some part in they commentary where they talk. Definitely us as black folks, because we are critical. They say we hiding everything. So either they lying, So if we hiding everything, and this go back to that too. If we hiding everything, then we must be hiding numbers here too.
BJ, you still there? BJ, you up, man? I thought I heard a little something. So yeah, man. So you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all follow BJ on his channel, man. King BJ, you know what I'm saying? And follow your boy on him on Facebook and Instagram and all that, you know what I'm saying? He got a fitness channel, you know what I'm saying? King BJ Fitness, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. So yeah, we that's one thing, man. I like how we do this, man. You know what I'm saying? We be coming together like Voltron, man, you know what I mean? And that's a good thing, man, because we gotta stay like Queen Yashua said, we the last of this generation, man. We gotta really put and keep it together, man, and teach our, you know what I'm saying, our nieces, nephews, kids, or whatever, some real good stuff, man. So they could be living testaments. They could be like living through us, like, you know what I'm saying? That's what really it's supposed to be, man. You know what I'm saying? When you're raising kids, raise them to do better than you and raise them to think.
Let me ask both of y'all on the panel. Hey Frank, what's one of your favorite dishes? Then I ask daughter Yashua. I know she probably cook. I know she got some country dishes she can throw down on.
I'll let Frank go first.
Oh damn, man! You know what, man?
What you do? I mean, is it something you do yourself that you put together, or some of your favorite dish you go eat, you order out, or something?
Damn.
Tell the truth,
I got some garlic bread on the side with some, you know what I mean, with you know what I'm saying. I mean, I've been seafood person. I know seafood. I've been hearing certain things about seafood, whatever, man. But maybe some shrimp or something, man. You know what I mean? Some pasta or something with that bad boy or something, maybe some man, that's a good question, man. That's a good one, man. It's probably something like that, though. Maybe something from the olive garden or something like that, that type of stuff. I'm gonna say meat. I gotta stay off the meat. I gotta get off the meat, man. But yeah, man. What about you, daughter? Yashua, what about you?
Well, honestly, since I've come to the truth, my diet has changed a lot. I don't eat any shellfish or like lobster, shrimp, none of that. Used to love it, but yeah, no pork, no none of that. No pork, no bottom feeders, no pork, no none of that. I do cook a whole lot. So because just fast food and stuff, I don't like it anymore. Um, yeah, but my favorite dish to make, I don't think I have one. But I cook so often. I do like all types of food too. But my favorites are probably some Italian. I love Mediterranean food. Like I had some Mediterranean tonight. But I do cook a lot of Southern food too, just because I'm from Georgia and it is what it is. So all
That baked
types of
macaroni.
stuff.
Ooh, that baked macaroni.
Macaroni
I
and
know that's
cheese,
not good.
cornbread,
I know that's
collard
not good for
greens,
me though, dude. But it's
like
fine, bro.
you
Ooh,
know, all that type of
ooh,
stuff. Like I still like fried chicken
ooh,
and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
great.
ooh.
Like I still
Be
do
like
that now.
Homer.
But I do feel like I need to get away from like chicken because I
Yeah,
just
me
don't.
too.
I just don't. I feel away. But anyways, I cook a whole lot.
Yeah,
So
me
yeah,
too, bro.
yeah.
Me too. I'll be throwing some stuff together, man.
Breakfast, lunch,
Yeah.
and dinner.
That's how you got, man.
Ooh,
I don't blame him.
I
I
love.
mean,
Yeah.
I've
ooh.
been hearing stuff about fasting stuff too, with eating one time a day or 2 times a day. I've been hearing stuff like that too a lot.
I tell you what
Well, you
I
got to walk
did
yourself into that. Yeah,
and felt.
don't
Yeah.
just don't just throw yourself in it. Walk
Uh-uh.
yourself slowly. Walk yourself into that.
A good way to do it too is I did a juice fast for 7 days. And
Mm.
juices are really good because you won't feel hungry, you'll feel nourished, and you'll get, the spiritual strength that you need as well. So that's another way that you can do it. Anyone, I believe, can do that, no matter what your fitness level is. And you'll definitely, and it'll help you, cleanse and detox your body too at the same time. So,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Mm.
I encourage us to juice on it, like you said, like she said, juice. If you can't fast like you want to, or certain things you can't cut out, juice to replace. Like so anything that you don't necessarily. Because people say like vegans and vegetarians or it's bird food. Well, the birds fly high on the food they eat.
They sure
Mm.
do.
I'm sorry.
Mm.
And most of your big animals
True.
are
Man, yeah,
vegetarians.
that's
You
true.
know, nuts, seeds.
That's true.
Green
And
life.
that's
But
how we ate before too. That's how we ate before too. We didn't
mhm,
eat a whole lot of that because we had to be light on our feet because we had to run and do all this other stuff we had to do. So we weren't eating all this type of crap until we got here. So,
right, yeah. Well, I mean,
and Judah Queen, I
Mm.
yeah,
see you. Eating one meal a day is great if you can, because you are preparing your body for the shortages that are going to be coming up because
Mm.
you best believe, yes, we're going to be enduring some shortages. And those people who
Yeah.
haven't learned how to have self discipline, they're going to really struggle going forward.
Mm.
right. You know what? Some of my
That's true.
dishes I like. I think I've got good at making different soups and stews and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
With add different things to make a full meal out of it. With the little rices and stir fries and stuff without all the
Hmm.
oil and stuff. But that I make a clean little my version of. You know how you got the Suddenly salad in the
Mm-hmm.
box, like the
Uh-huh.
pasta salad. I
Mm-hmm.
make my own
Uh-huh.
version of pasta salad with like the chickpea pasta, um,
Uh-huh.
and just all the vegetables. And I add, like I said, my own dressing or the olive oil or avocado oil. I might throw a little
That's
seasoning on it,
Mediterranean.
cayenne pepper. Huh? So that be considered Mediterranean, huh?
That's
With the oils.
Mediterranean. Yes, like they have a chickpea salad that has the
It's just
the
all wrong.
vinegar, the olive oil, and all the vegetables in
Hmm.
it. That's clearly biblical food. That when
Oh,
I say
you
Mediterranean,
said the
I mean
chickpea. What you
biblical
mean when you
food.
say chickpea? Chickpeas, actually chickpeas in it?
Yeah. Yes.
Sounds wrong.
Yeah, I do the chickpeas
Me
in it, and then
too.
also I get the chickpea pasta. I don't just use regular pasta. I use
Yeah.
edamame pasta. Yeah,
Uh,
chickpea pasta, red lentil
right.
pasta. Yeah,
Yes, vegetable pastas, yeah. But chickpea is
yeah.
used in a lot of Mediterranean food. Like even if you have like a euro or something, that's
Hmm.
what falafel is chickpeas. So it's deep fried to make it like meat, but it's
Falafel
not.
is
So I mean, yeah, I totally get it. But you are
okay.
eating a biblical diet when you eat like that.
I
Yep,
make it
he's
too.
awake.
So
That's what.
BJ, what up,
He's
man?
awake.
Why don't you go
Waiting.
shout
Good
out
to
your
have
channel,
you back.
BJ, man? Shout out your
Yeah, I've
channel,
been
man.
up for a while. Yeah, man. Yeah, I did nod off this time. I ain't saying nothing. Yeah, I'm all right though. But yeah, I gotta. But yeah, I'm about to. Hey, look, this has been fun though. I mean, hey, look, I'm about to just hop in the bed for real. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yes. But shout out your stuff real quick, man, before you bounce, man.
Hey, man.
BJ, you wildin', man.
Oh boy.
Yeah, shout out your
Yeah.
your info, man, if you want. You
Shoot.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, King BJ Johnson YouTube. What is it? The outside 1919 BJ Cash App. Let's see. Bernard Johnson Facebook, Bernard1121 Instagram, King BJ Fitness 32, KingBJMedia.com, KingBJFitness.com, and 1987 BJ on Twitter. Yeah, it's been a little bit. It's a long day, man. That's all right, though.
Oh yeah, All right, BJ, man. We still appreciate you jumping on this motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Hey, look, man. Feel like another area code or something, man.
He said, I know he's in that area code. Hell yeah, you way to hell back in, dude. You damn everybody up, man.
Hey, that boy.
And shit, man.
Hey, that boy took him on a first class trip to that planet, boy. He was on that other planet, boy.
Yeah, y'all take your time.
All right, BJ, man. I'm gonna holler at you, man. Appreciate you coming on, man. Oh yeah, big B.
Peace. I'm hollering at you good people, man. Y'all have a nice night, man.
Oh yeah, all right,
perfect
man.
Peace, perfect peace.
All right, daughter, yeah, sure, man. All right, man. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
Salute.
Next time, I'll probably do some Friday or something, or Saturday. I'll definitely do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do another probably Sunday or something. I'm gonna let y'all know before Wednesday, man. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, appreciate both of y'all tapping in,
Salute.
Putting y'all insight in. I appreciate it. All right. Oh yeah, till next time. All right.
All right.
Peace out.